Hello, and thank you for listening to our very first audio commentary for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. So here's how this works. You're going to play The Phantom Menace on a device of your choosing, probably your TV, and then you're going to play this podcast commentary on probably your phone, and you're going to sync them up, okay? Now, we watched the version of Phantom Menace on Disney+, so if you want to be perfectly synced up with us, that's probably your best bet. The only versions I think that would maybe get out of sync is if you drug out your VCR and we're trying to play the original VHS copy. So the way this works is you want to start the movie and pause it as soon as the words "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away" pop up on screen. So when Andrew counts it down, you'll press play on Phantom Menace and you'll be synced up. Enjoy.
Hello there, and welcome to a very special audio commentary of the 1999 classic, The Phantom Menace.
I like this smooth, mellow intro.
I know,
you got
Andrew's
going
like
on
all
here.
laid back, like, hello, thank you for tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, caller.
Caller number 3, you're on right now.
Oh, Lord, please don't.
So this is an audio commentary that you can sync up with whatever version of the Phantom Menace that you have. You know, the actual, probably one that you're going to be watching now, which is Disney+.
Disney Plus.
Yeah. And you can sync it up and you can listen along.
It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like
Yeah.
you play us alongside the movie and you hear us riff on it the whole way through.
Yeah. And if for whatever reason you really enjoyed that, you can go and get other audio commentaries that we have done already. Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is one that's up right now.
Yep.
Just for $1 a month, that gives you access to all of our bonus content on
Yep.
top of audio commentaries, which is what we are adding on now.
That's on our Patreon. Spoilers intended. What is it? Patreon.com.
Patreon.com/spoilers-intended podcast. We're professionals.
But yeah, so, we hope that, one, you enjoy this movie as much as we do, and you can listen along. Steven doesn't like it. I like it. He can, whatever.
I'm going to like making fun of it.
Yes, bingo.
So we have the film paused currently all the way up until right when a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away pops up on screen.
Yeah.
And then we will count it down here in probably about 3, 2, 1. No, it's good. It's good. We're good.
Okay, it was good.
Faked you out.
Well, Disney Plus didn't come up with the actual controls.
Yeah.
Man, this is such good music, though.
Episode 1. I
mean-
remember in the theater, like seeing the crawl and all that, because I'd seen the
for the
remakes,
yeah.
or the
Yeah.
re-releases
The special
in like
editions,
97. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like when this was like a new movie, I was like, whoa.
Dude, the theater roared.
I still
when this
get
came
chills whenever I go into theaters and have the opening crawl start, even if it's a bad film.
I
Sure.
love how space opera this is.
All right.
Well, that's kind of the
Taxation
whole
of trade
point.
routes to airline star
Taxation of
systems
trade
is
routes.
in dispute. Taxes.
We need a movie to hook the kids. Taxation of trade routes. Let's go.
Taxation is theft.
Hey kids, what did you think that the Jedi did before the original trilogy? I thought they were tax collectors, maybe mediators. I don't know. Like, no.
It is really like the politics is not what you expect going into this, especially in the theater for the first time in 1999
I
as
remember,
a kid.
yeah, being like, all right, here we go, action scene. Let's go. Let's rip it.
I love how in the crawl too, it's like, while the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this going on, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and you're going to see it too, kid. Buckle up.
You're gonna see it.
You're going to see deliberation.
Here we go. They're about to start shooting at the spaceship, right? Any minute now.
Boy, that front end of that's rough looking. Gee.
I mean, the CG in this is 1999. This is good for the time.
They did what they could.
Yeah. So we do have the closed captions on here because otherwise we just wouldn't be able to listen to half the stuff that they're saying because we're talking over them most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's also just hard to know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, I guess we should do a content warning, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So if you've gotten this far in, there are chances that curse words will slip out. We can't really edit this. We could bleep it out, but we're not going to do that. So just be
Sounds like
aware.
effort.
We will do our best to not curse like we do on the show, but just
Not that we curse on the show.
That makes it sound like we curse on the show, Andrew. We don't curse on the show.
We'll try to be like that, but heads up if you got
yeah.
little babies with precious ears in the room.
like Lando Arcad is laying in front. He has very sensitive
He's hyped
ears.
for Phantom Menace.
Here they go. They got the emo robes on. They're real.
Well, so, this was my first intro to Ewan McGregor.
Classic Star Wars line.
Elsewhere.
Elusive.
Elusive.
He always says like Obi-Wan.
Well, so I think Liam Neeson was basically like the perfect choice for this role.
Man, he was a good casting.
Yeah.
He really was. He
so
fits
is Ewan
the
McGregor,
elder mentor Jedi really, really well.
Yeah.
But he also fits kind of the pseudo fantasy too, with the long hair, the goatee.
Yeah. Well, and it's
What?
I remember the first time I saw Nemoidians, I was like, even as a kid, I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It's very culturally insensitive, especially because they're blockading taxation of trade routes.
Also, their lips move kind of like those guys on The Fifth Element. You know what I'm talking about, Steve?
I don't know. What you're talking about.
Andrew doesn't know because he's never seen it.
They got the same little.
It's kind of the same era.
Well, that was like what, 96, 7?
Seven?
Something like that. What
They were under development in the same time.
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take your tea, I guess.
See, I would never especially if you know that you're here to try and negotiate or whatever.
Yeah.
I would never take a drink from anyone. I don't
Seriously.
trust anything.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy poison route right there. That would have movie over.
Also, yes, Fifth Element's 97.
97? Okay. Yeah, about the same time.
Is that legal?
Is that legal? Do you know what war is,
He put
man?
the stink on legal. Illegal.
It's
He's putting a lot of effort on these poor trade people to kill all of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Also, I like how the ship's small enough that they can hear that explosion or
Yeah.
feel it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
well, why use gas when you literally just fed them drinks? You could have just poisoned them.
Well, they weren't told
Poison
to kill
doesn't
them
exist in
yet.
this
They
universe.
weren't told to kill them yet.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I always thought the battle droids were really cool
They were until they weren't.
until they became too much comedy.
Until they became, too doofy.
yeah.
Just a pure meme.
Roger.
Which basically happened immediately.
But
also that vaunted Jedi skill of long breath holding.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have. They weren't in there for that long.
No, they weren't.
Not exactly.
I love destroyer droids.
Those are incredibly cool.
So the thing that I always harp on with these films, especially the prequels specifically, is the art direction and the design is phenomenal.
Yes.
Some of the best that they've ever done.
It's such a different feel because you're kind of you're not in a rundown universe.
Yeah. Yeah, this is when it's at the prime.
Yeah. Peak
See, I didn't like that when I
manufacturing.
first saw the movies, though, because I was like, it didn't feel like Star Wars anymore. It felt way too clean and way too, I don't know, pristine.
Did we ever figure out what that little wavy thing is in the background? Is
Not
that a monitor?
no.
Yeah. I also love this use of the lightsaber here. 'Cause
Oh, it's great.
He's just
As
melting
a kid,
it.
it's all you're thinking about when you see the lightsabers. Like, what could you do with that other than fight?
What
you
an
know?
incredible door opener.
Yeah.
God, these things are so
Those
cool.
things are cool.
Yeah.
They got the portable shields.
Also, the sounds are so good.
This is my favorite Jedi move of all time that they come back to often and frequent is the super run.
You know what's funny? I never even noticed
Force
that
speed.
until it was pointed out years later that they just kind of disappear and I just never really thought about it.
Yeah.
But they never use it again.
But then when they turn the corner, they're down that hall.
They're
like
gone. This
a
is
football,
light
100
speed.
yards away. Yeah. And then there's so many other scenes in the rest of these movies where it's just use the super speed. Get out of the situation.
It would have helped so much, right?
Just run real fast.
Look, Force moves at the speed of the plot.
Force works in mysterious ways.
Moves at the speed of midichlorians.
Oh gosh.
That is the one thing that I hated that they brought in it's basically power levels, but for Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, again, it took it from, oh, this is a cool space religion. Anybody can be a Jedi to like, nah, kid, you don't have it in your blood. Sorry.
Well, it had more mysticism, and then they made it science.
Yeah.
And that's at that point, it's just not interesting.
Well, and then you're trying to bring in, because Star Wars has always been sci-fantasy. It's not really sci-fi. It is very much a soft magic system.
Right. And I wanted the magic system side of it, not just, oh, you just have bacteria.
Yeah.
Kid. It lets you think you can move things.
Yeah.
Beware my Viceroy.
It always looks like that's like the little ring around her is her hair. And I know that it's not.
Yeah, I used to think it was too.
I always just assumed it was. It's just like they spent a lot of time on that
That's
hairdo.
a lot of time.
So that wavy thing is a TV.
That's a TV.
It is a TV. Yeah.
That's what fancy TVs look like back in 1999. Didn't you know?
But this is a really long time ago, though.
And
In the
far
galaxy.
away.
I don't
far
remember
away.
these guys sounding so like borderline Asian.
No, I mean, what?
Oh,
that
you
was
don't-
like the first thing that I thought
like
of.
with the
Yeah.
I was
robes
like, oh, these-
and everything. Oh yeah, it
These
was.
people are just Chinese analogs, and that's not a good thing.
It was-
That's not a good thing at all.
It was a
No.
spicy choice for 1999.
Yeah. I love that he like gets wavy. I've seen a meme where basically he gets like paused and he's
Oh,
like
yeah, just like
completely like
Whoop,
bent
whoop,
over
whoop.
backwards.
I thought he was going to pull the transmission generator out of his pocket.
Looks good.
I don't know.
Also, I love how communication disruption can only be one thing: invasion. Meanwhile, space AT&T. I don't know, man. Fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, they ran
And
out of
this
their
guy-
collect call money.
Well, we can't talk to anybody. Better just sit here and chill out.
Security volunteers.
I mean, you know,
What an
they're
interesting
a peaceful
phrase.
planet, except for the fact that the Gungans have this massive army that they can
Just
muster.
underwater.
The
Yeah.
secret underwater army that lives right there.
Well, I mean, there are obviously a bunch of different colonies of Gungans.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the history for that is basically the people that were here before Naboo and the Gungans basically forced the Gungans down into the water.
Okay.
So it's
And-
colonialism. is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much, yeah.
So are Gungans the most predominant species?
I think so.
Interesting.
Also, this music is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh,
And this was the modern Imperial March kind of thing.
yeah. That John Williams really outdid himself with these.
Oh, you'll know. Immediately
did.
underestimates them. Yeah.
The
Environmental
environmentalism.
destruction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully.
Or Avatar or whatever other.
But Fern Gully is
Yeah.
not the first.
Liam Neeson, run fast again.
Right? Just carry him with your super speed. Dude, like, you would just be a smushed pancake.
I was going to say, presumably there's enough air coming out of the bottom that to force it up.
Well,
So it would
it has
force you
enough pressure
down.
down
Well,
to
no,
lift
but
it up.
right.
These aren't hovercrafts, these are repulsor lifts. So it's a completely different type
It's
of
still
technology
forcing
system.
back
How does a
against
repulsor
gravity?
lift work?
I don't know. Magic?
Okay.
Also,
It would repulse you into
hold on,
the
hold on,
ground.
hold
That's
on.
what I'm trying
You're
to say.
ignoring one of the best Liam Neeson lines out there.
Was it?
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Oh, got
Just
him.
nailed it.
Probably improv'd it.
I hope so. That'd be amazing.
So the thing here that bothers me is that these are droids. They should be able to immediately communicate with the rest of every other droid.
Everyone should know.
So that everyone should know where they are.
Maybe they're jamming all the signals.
That's a price you have to pay.
Yeah.
So I had
They're using the Force. To
I had
do
the
that.
original 1999 Legos of those, like the droids on the little hover
Oh, the
things.
Staps. Yeah.
Oh, they're so cool. Except the way the droids are made now, they don't hold up over time, so they just kind of all slump over.
Yeah.
I like this outfit Jar Jar's got on.
I mean, it's just,
Shades of brown.
it's a banished Gungan outfit. Terrible things to me. I love that.
I love how quickly his Padawan is just on board.
Yeah,
Here.
he's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's totally bully
the
this
weird
guy.
creature.
Intimidate this simple-minded fish man.
Well, so it's funny too because they obviously want you to make you feel like the Gungans are like primitives or natives, but they're really not. Like they're actually really highly technologically advanced.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
just
I love how he just pops out an underwater rebreather out of his pocket
they just had it
They were
ready to go.
prepared for this.
Glad we packed that.
for your space.
Every time I see these, I'm
console.
like, man, I just want that. Like that is the one of the technologies that have always shown up in Star Wars that I just would love to have.
I bet they taste terrible though.
I mean,
Also, I love how as we like fade into nighttime, it's still that era where nighttime in film means you shoot.
We shot it during the day.
during the
When
day.
you shot
and
it
then
white
color grade it.
balance for fluorescent and like 2 stops lower.
Yep.
It's night.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is also incredibly clear water.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like absurdly
It's
clear
not
water.
the swamp
The
they
Gung-
crawled into
The
on the
Gungans are
surface.
so technologically advanced, they've purified the water.
I mean, that is entirely possible.
Quite possible.
It could be. Yeah.
Just so that you can see their cities from above.
Yeah.
Maybe
a
they're
mile
like,
above, you can see the
Leave
glow.
a 1 foot murky layer at the top,
Top,
here,
yeah.
so they think there's nothing but just muddy old catfish down here.
That's not a bad effect, honestly. It holds up pretty
No,
well.
I mean, like the shield effects are pretty cool, actually. Especially whenever we get to the final battle.
well, I
where
mean, even
they're-
the droidicas had like that shield effect
Yeah,
was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you could definitely tell the translucent, kind of transparent effects. They were really
they
proud
work.
of.
Yeah, they work.
It's just the character animation doesn't do it too
Or
much.
this, speaking
Well,
of character animation, or the animal he's riding on.
Yeah.
I mean, they still do
No,
it.
again, Jar Jar. Big doo-doos. That's another thing I didn't like when they got too close to like saying actual doo-doo. Like
Yeah. Well, and
I was
that's
like-
I think that's the big problem with the Gungans is the fact that they make them feel stupid when they're really not. They
Right.
just talk very simple.
Yeah.
Well, they have a very heavy accent, as opposed to them just talking to each other in their native language, where they could just like rattle off or whatever. You don't know what it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do like Boss Nass though. I always laugh at the end of this film, and we'll get there. But just whenever he
That's
like they
presumably the goal here. Yes.
they just give him this glowing ball, and he's like, "Yeah, glowing ball," and I'm like, "What's the glowing ball? We don't know. We don't matter."
Just
Unimportant.
is.
Yeah.
Everyone gets an award, Andrew.
Liam Neeson's like, okay, that's not.
That's not really where I was going to go. I was going to
Yeah, I was-
intimidate him again.
I was gonna bully the frog people. See, as a kid, I never understood this until he did it the second
It's
time.
very subtle what he's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. But I think I like that. I prefer it's not really
like
obvious.
yeah, like
Yeah, he didn't do like Allen Guinness in the original where he's like waving his hand real slow.
through the
Go.
planetary core. All right. I don't remember that bit.
I mean, they go in the bongo and they fight big goober fish. Big goober fish. You don't remember? Okay, whatever.
I don't. Oh, is this there's always a bigger fish?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and it like bites onto I had that toy too. It had like the had the little spinny thing on the back that was the rudder or the propeller.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was the fish that was eating another fish toy.
No,
was like,
I
that's
also
a
had that
gruesome
too.
toy.
So they had one. This was when they did like the little jelly things where you could have like Jabba and you filled him up with like goo, and then you put like little like frogs and stuff, and then you could squeeze them, and then the goo came out of his mouth. They also had that for
No,
the fish.
I don't remember that.
This
but
was
okay.
the Kenner Power of the Force stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't remember this. Loud blubbering. Let's go captions.
Be gone with him.
Almost turned into patois right there. For a minute.
Dead in the core.
What are you saying?
Well, Jar Jar, at least you have a chance not to die with them.
Right, now just bail out right here. You can
Yeah.
swim.
But yeah,
Right? Yeah. Like, you don't have to go through the core. Just get out of the ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, this I thought this was so cool. It's like a little stingray kind of.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
great. Like, all the Naboo design is great.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, the military design, except for the N1 starships, the yellow ones, I don't really like. I don't
not?
like their speeders or whatever that they have.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're kind of boring.
You were banished because you were clumsy.
Really clumsy. Super clumsy.
I knocked something over and killed thousands of people.
You know how we're under all this water pressure? Just murdered people.
Water pressure doesn't exist here.
Sure it doesn't.
This is such a cool angler looking fish though.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of like a shrimp to it too with the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The legs. Growl. Big grouper fish.
Yeah. That's a really, yep. There it is.
There it is. Honestly,
So you have to think of the ecology that would allow a fish this large.
That's not a fish.
Amphibian.
Did you see that thing? That thing was
Yoked.
It was swole.
Thing's doing steroids underwater.
Can you imagine
somehow.
the weights you have to lift underwater to actually build muscle?
Oh my-
Like that?
Plot is always so convoluted.
It is like
There's a lot going on here.
Well, especially for essentially a kids movie. For
yeah.
This first one's supposed to be a kids movie, or at least it's aimed.
well,
that
there's so
way.
many parts of it that are definitely firmly a kids movie.
Yeah.
and they have it starts with 20 minutes of political machinations and like deliberations and
An
you're like,
assassination attempt during
about taxation and blockades, and you're like, what?
Don't worry, the forceful guy.
Obi-Wan's like,
it's
what
why
are you saying to me?
It's why my Padawan is driving.
Should I be offended?
So I never yet.
Oh, good thing you can hotwire the ship you didn't know existed until just
I know, right? So that is one thing about Star Wars. Like anyone can basically operate any vehicle at any time.
Yep.
Like if you were like, hey, for your survival, you have to start this F-15 and take off. Like, well, I guess I die.
I love how Qui-Gon looks bored while this happening. He's like, ugh, whatever.
The Vulcan neck pinch right there.
Yeah.
He is bored.
Well,
This is so
I love how, like,
pedestrian
this is
for him.
super critical for the mission's success. And Qui-Gon's like, Padawan, you fly.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't feel like driving.
I mean, well, clearly, like, you know, this is Padawan teaching.
Learning on the job.
Well, I mean, whoever, I don't think this ever known that if like Qui-Gon was actually a good pilot or not.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe
I
he
don't know.
bluffed his way through everything. Someone else was always flying.
He's always
or
just
driving.
like they're like, all right, Jedi, we're gonna travel here. Qui-Gon's just like, shotgun.
This is a perfect opportunity to teach you, Padawan. Go ahead.
I'll be here in the back seat.
Where are the keys? Yes, keys are required. That's a thing I know about. Hold on.
Also, I
He'll
love
just
There's
how,
not
BS
even
his
gates
way.
on the
well,
city.
like
There's
it's an invasion. Wow, boy, that's terrible.
yeah.
Holy cow, they stick out. Much better.
Well, yeah, because you need like the problem whenever you run into this early CGI is that everything's in focus.
Yeah. I love
You really
it.
need depth
It's all
of
crisp.
field.
You need the
Yeah.
depth of field. Yeah.
The depth
That's
of field
true.
makes
That's a
such
really good
big
point. I never
difference.
noticed that. Obviously, as a kid, I didn't care.
Well, and especially when they're mixing it with any kind of live action, like that water's live action.
yeah. Well,
You
the
know, like-
object they're on is live action.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the background, all that's kind of added.
Yeah. Also, I love how they're like, our volunteer force will not be able to stand up to them. And then it's just like, they just walked in the gate. It's like, okay, so I understand the concept of not stand up to them. I didn't understand the concept of not going to show up.
Well,
Well,
I
this
mean,
is them. I think it's like the 20 people they had together.
I mean, they are volunteer.
There's
So
Keira Knightley.
they volunteered to not show up.
Well, also, I guess
This
we
also is Keira Knightley.
we have the
This is a
bait
good
and switch
cameo.
here. That's true, yeah.
One of her earlier cameos whenever she first started.
Yep. And there's Portman.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which
Both-
I really like that reveal
Oh, yeah.
later on in the film.
Yeah.
Capture these 6 important people.
We
Yeah, like-
captured
Like
the
these,
volunteer squad.
these kind of matte wide shots look fine. It's just whenever it's like a mid shot is where it gets really wonky with the
and
CGI.
again,
Yeah.
to defend the movie a little bit, like this this movie is where they did a lot of this crazy compositing and character animation. Like the whole character of Jar Jar Binks was unheard of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
fully-
it's crazy,
fully
crazy
mocap.
stuff, and like
Yeah.
all the battle droids, etc.
Yeah.
But I know specifically Jar Jar with like having a human actor with like the oh my god, don't having the head, you know, like he had the Jar Jar like motion tracking head on top of
Head
it.
strapped to his forehead.
Yeah.
Head. So, like,
what is his name?
Ahmed Best.
Ahmed
Ahmed
Best.
Best, yeah.
Like, man, like what a champ. Can you imagine you sign up for a role? It's like you're gonna be wearing this for the next 6 weeks.
So the
They've knocked out the communications.
Do you have transports
I
so
can't
someone
drive
else
it,
can
but
fly?
someone else can do it.
Qui-Gon just spends his entire life just making sure he never has to drive a vehicle.
There's like you start learning all these secrets. Like he can't read, he can't drive.
It's like his old college buddies bet. They're in Jedi school, and he's like, "Look, if you can make it all the way to Jedi Master without ever be like driving a vehicle,
Yeah,
you know, I'll put you on the seat. I'll put you in the council."
that's how he got.
That's how he got there. And yeah, whenever you see, like, you know, the turn with her being the actual queen,
Yeah,
like she's just asking permission, and I love those little kind of nods where she doesn't say it explicitly, like, we're brave. Well, yeah, that obviously means let's go.
We are brave, Your Highness. Like,
Yeah.
we're fine. You go.
Mm-hmm.
but it makes you wonder, like, what would she have said to contradict her if she was like, no, no, no,
No, no. We are frightened.
we are a frightened people, Your Highness. Oh yeah, good point. We are weenies.
So the other thing too, I think that they did a good job with, because they wanted to obviously showcase a lot of like the lightsaber action with these, is they have robotic mooks that can
wait,
just be
you're
chopped in
Under
half.
arrest. Also, I love how, again, kids movie, right? They took the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle approach of all the bad guys are robots. Slice and dice, baby.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot better for that, just because once you get into like the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith and that kind of stuff, like, you know that you are cutting down people.
Yeah.
Where this is they're just robots. They're fine.
Yeah.
So what was Qui-Gon's bluff here?
Just I'm the chancellor. I'm the ambassador to the chancellor. We're taking
Okay.
the Coruscant.
He's
I
trying
love the
to
collar on that dude's
I
jacket,
know,
too.
right?
he's trying to be as diplomatic as possible before diplomatic
out of trouble.
negotiations have broken down.
He's not like was it Lethal Weapon? Like, he just breaks out diplomatic immunity.
And this
From
is
Lethal
this,
Weapon.
Diplomatic immunity.
and this is the first cameo that absolutely made me groan, even as a kid.
Which one?
R2D2.
R2D2.
Yeah.
I honestly, as a kid, I could not believe that in a universe this large as it should be,
Right.
R2D2 and 3PO are right there.
Yep. Well, and that's the problem with a lot of these films, is that they make so many things because they want to tie in. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you're just making it smaller.
Right.
You need to build.
We don't
not-
need to
not
know
close
R2D2's
loops.
backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least not in this film. Like, maybe.
Also, like, man, like, what a man mode robot. They go out on the wing under fire. Like, good Lord. Like, who came up with that concept?
that R2 unit, he did it.
Yeah.
He plugged in a
Plug
cable?
Put the USB cable in. The oxygen, and the music starts playing on the inside. Thanks, R2. Now we got our escape tunes, and he's just blown off the back.
That little R2 unit did it.
Jeez.
I do like that they justify the little magnetic boots on the droids.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's just the concept of
Why is it R2D2?
we have a fleet of these stored,
Yeah.
ready to go repair mid-fight. What?
Engineers looked at this problem and went, well, instead of having like a little door that opens up on the side and a single robotic arm that can just reach any kind of pain point that we need to get fixed, let's have a guy, little droid that goes out on the wing, magnetically sticks to
No,
it.
no,
what if
hold
the
on.
wing is just like-
I 100% disagree with that take.
Continue.
I think that is completely wrong, because you are living in a world of technology to where you have a bunch of different types of starship designs and everything, and not everything's going to be universally built the same way. However, if you have an AI or a droid that is smart enough to
He
understand
can
the
crawl
systems.
on whatever he's on.
Yeah, and he can crawl on whatever he's on. He has manipulators and everything, and he's smart
All
enough
right.
to understand
All
the
right, hold on.
systems.
Counterpoint.
Then you're good.
Counterpoint. Let's enter the gray zone that Star Wars is in of are droids enslaved creatures or not?
Are they
They
Probably
just said, you signed up to go out on this wing under fire and fix the shield generator to potentially sentient
So there's
beings.
the Darth Maul reveal.
Yep.
Yep.
Always
Which,
a fun
You know,
part.
he's the bad guy.
Man, Darth
yeah.
Maul was such a good bad guy.
Yep.
Such a good bad guy.
As Steven just drops his
As
mic.
I
He
unclipped
dropped the
my
mic because that's all he's got to say about that.
That's all you got to say.
But no, I do agree that droids are kind of enslaved, but
It's such a
from
gray
the
zone.
concept of like an R2 unit being there to
Yeah.
fix things that just you have to be able to fix it on the fly in like a combat
Also,
situation
we have,
makes
like-
total sense. Ugh,
We also
God.
have like just the tiny little award ceremony for R2D2.
And also, again, if R2D2 is not sentient and doesn't have feelings, why are we giving him an award? He doesn't care.
Right? It's
Because-
just
no.
another day's work.
It's just Tuesday.
It's just George Lucas when he like, well, we need to give R2D2 his scene.
R2D2.
Yeah.
The kids love R2D2.
He'll sell more toys.
Here it begins.
Everyone wants to go
obsession
back
with
to
sand.
Tatooine.
It's poor judgment.
I mean, kind of.
A little bit.
Because like you know the whole joke is that Anakin turns to the dark side and then he actually creates an imbalance in the Force. But if you go all the way to the end of the trilogy,
Oh, here we go.
then he actually creates the balance in the Force back again. It just took longer than what they were expecting it to take.
And then you go deeper
Yeah,
into
that's
the
it.
next trilogy and you find out that the Force is again unbalanced
Yes.
because he didn't fix anything.
And then we have another Skywalker, fix
Yeah.
that.
Ugh.
Padme's like, why is this frog talking
Why is
to
this
me?
object talking to me? How dare you?
First of all, how dare you speak to me?
There's a settlement.
That's it.
A single
Tatooine.
one.
I'd know that dust ball anywhere.
Let's park out all the way on the outskirts of the.
All I gotta say is filming in Tunisia must be dirt cheap. Because
Probably
man, they
is.
did it over and over again.
Yeah.
It probably is
It has
pretty
to be.
cheap.
It's gotta be cheap, yeah.
Or it's possibly so expensive, but because they filmed Tatooine the first time, then George Lucas was like, I want to go back to Tatooine because we have to get Anakin. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's also on this planet.
Going to Tunisia.
Then now Tunisia knows that it's going to be
Or
expensive.
like Tunisia's having a civil war, and he's just like, that will just add to the film.
God, imagine taking a frog person to
Do you know how
a
fast he
desert.
dehydrate
He's
right
gotta
here?
be, yeah, like there needs several canteens.
Padme's like, excuse me?
He's like, I don't think that's how that works.
And R2D2 just goes along.
Also, we're gonna bring the droid.
And then this
Who's-
guy's wearing like all leather. He's got to be sweating out of his mind too.
Yeah. But like, why bring Jar Jar along here?
Again, yeah, leave that guy on the ship. What's he doing
I
out?
like the dude in the background just walking around in just like a 1950s space outfit.
Hey.
Hey, super tall guy. Hey.
They don't wish to be found.
Now, this isn't Mos Eisley, at least. It's still Mos Espa. So
Sure.
it's at least more acceptable that. See, and then again, second grown point here, we're just like, why? We don't need that.
Let's just step
You
in
know.
some random poop.
Kids
Yeah.
love doo-doo jokes.
Yeah.
Golly.
Like, and that's the thing. I actually really do like this film.
I thought you were going to
but-
say I really do like doo-doo jokes.
Andrew is a fine connoisseur.
I
of
really
poop
like a
jokes.
good poop joke every now and then, guys.
Just to change it up a little.
But that was uncouth.
And here's our second, or probably
second-
our third insensitive, cultural insensitive.
Yeah, this is our third. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause we have Chinese, Jamaicans, now we have Jewish people.
Is that what that would be considered?
I mean, he's
That's what it is.
yeah, he's a,
Okay.
yeah. I do like Watto's design though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just gets to fly around. Jar Jar immediately
Why
touches
said, did you
things.
bring Misa?
Right? So I was banished for being incredibly clumsy. So you should come with us, right? Yeah, totally.
Are you an angel?
Oh, this is child abuse. Child abuse.
She's supposed to be 14, I think.
These deep space pilots must be smoking something, kids.
Something good stuff.
But yeah, I think she's supposed to be 14 here.
He's
And
8.
He's 8? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
8 or
Cool.
9?
He's punching above his weight class. I love it.
I mean, like, dude's just like, Queen just entered the room.
He's
I can
like-
feel it. Time to hit on her.
Are you an angel? You have all your teeth, so you're not from around here. Like, what the heck, kid?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Pod races.
Oh.
My name is Anakin.
Get wrecked.
Right, but your occupation? What was it again?
Shop slave. Man, I also had those little droids. In
Oh, I
Lego,
had
too.
so many pit droids
Oh yeah.
from the Lego sets, and they had the little action figures that you could get. And the action figures like folded down.
Seems like a design flaw.
Right?
No, I think that's cute.
Or it's just a convenience.
It's probably just a convenience.
Pow! Off.
Like this shot does not look very good because you can just like he just sticks
Tell.
out so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love.
I like how he's way more forceful with
Whoa.
it.
Credits will do. Fine. Yeah.
Tricks don't work on
Gun
me.
me.
Only
Only
money.
Good thing you don't study about that in the Jedi Academy. Well, I skipped ahead because I won a bet with a guy about driving. Anyways,
But also, like, New Republic credits don't work. So what does work here?
yeah, who knows?
Just
Like, what's the currency?
money.
But that's what credits are.
I have a fish man I could give you.
Yeah, we only deal with slaves here. So, anyways, this is why we brought Jar Jar Padawan. Live and learn. Come prepared for any situation.
Lando, don't step on the recorder, please.
Yeah, the
He's gonna
cat.
hit the sound pad.
The cat's gonna. Wah, 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 wah.
Here, come on.
Lolo Manuma
Matapa.
Tapa. He's like a white person trying to speak Spanish. Donde está la biblioteca?
Can you imagine that
No.
chroma vehicle sitting out in the desert? Just how much
How hot it is?
heat it would be
You should cut to
radiating.
them all just sweating. They're in their
Oh, man.
underwear.
They're
They've
just
got the
stripping
AC
down.
cranked. He's like,
They're trying to sleep and they're just splayed out on the
he
ground.
calls Qui-Gon, we need more than a hyperdrive. We need a new AC unit and some Freon.
Bring about 40 gallons of coolant.
They sell Gatorade there.
For nothing of value. He's right in front of you, Qui-Gon.
I mean,
Pawn your
Yeah, you got
R2.
the R2 unit. Get rid of him.
Pawn your little rebreathers.
Hold on
that
now.
you use.
Hold on now. They started with like 6 R2s. They're down to 1.
True.
They
They have
are
to-
they are astromech poor right now.
They're very astromech poor.
Look at this guy.
Wongo.
Bonga.
Whoopee whoopee.
Whoopee.
That's the money. Is whoopee whoopee.
Here he
Oh,
is.
I
yeah.
love Sebulba.
The bulb was
Sebulba.
great.
What if his feet were hands?
Wow.
Design complete.
And they're also very strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
sure. Que pasa?
and I like how he doesn't even pay the guy. He just takes it and takes the
Yeah.
fish thing.
I mean, Sebulba's just in charge here. This is his town.
I mean, he definitely is in charge for the most part. I want to know how
Get
he's
with
about
the
to be turned into
goo.
orange goo.
a Doug.
I had a friend named Doug. I want to bet. Anyways, go back to the ship, please.
Seriously, why do we even bring you? All you're doing is out here drying out.
Anakin's like, now he owes me a life debt.
Your slave is my slave. This is how it works here.
That sandstorm did not look good.
Let's just go out here with no goggles or protective gear whatsoever. Stare into the sand.
They're clearly from the posh, planet of Naboo and Coruscant. They've never been on a desert.
Everything's
planet before.
easy.
Yeah. Hallies?
They're mildly poisonous, but they make you forget the bad times. What?
It's one of those things where it's like, I could totally see that being like something, but just because she says like Annie, it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
The dialogue in these films is just not that great.
Well, also the delivery really does feel like George was like, did it once, good enough.
Yeah.
Like no other attempts or.
Perfect. No notes.
Also, like, we know Anakin has racing goggles, so why do you not just keep those handy for sandstorms?
Because, he's a slave.
But, like, he used their...
I don't have an answer.
These are my friends. Anakin, not again.
These are my friends and an angel.
Why do you keep bringing these people here?
So anyways, we're here to rob you. Your kid took us right to the place. You should probably tell him not to trust strangers.
And here's the other groaning part. Ugh,
Yeah.
God.
This was worse. I think this was worse for me. Like, if R2-D2 is just a random droid who gets promoted perpetually, fine.
Well,
C-3PO made by Darth Vader is like, what?
Well, that just means that C-3PO and Luke are brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like, why do we need this? We don't need this. Ugh.
It was just a cameo. They're like,
It could have been any other. This could have been T3DO for all I care.
It didn't even have to be a protocol droid. It could be anything else.
Anything. He could be making anything. Why make a protocol droid? What does the slave need to do? Translate languages?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have this. Just,
I know. It's just...
This, Chewbacca.
Well, Chewbacca comes in the Revenge of the Sith.
Later. But it's
What
the
do you
same
mean,
concept.
I can see your bits.
I see straight through you.
Bow to their wishes. I think the other problem is that a lot of the compositing of like the holographic stuff just doesn't fit in.
I don't feel like it's bad.
Really?
I think those work. It's meant to stand out and be different.
Oh, I get. Maybe it's just I need more atmospheric effects.
Yeah, it's
like
it's,
the
it's
light
just they put the
emitting from
layer on the top of the
like the beam coming around it. And that's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't find a problem with those.
That's kind of where
in the realm of CGI objections in this movie, it's pretty far down the list.
yeah.
Good song right there too.
Yeah.
That transition.
I just imagine like walking around this like very populated city looking like an evil guy.
Right. They're just on the balcony.
I'm gonna go out
like across the street. I think those are Sith.
Butler droid. For today, pick me out generic bad guy. I'm meeting my friend with the red tattoos on his face. We're up to no good.
Let's all eat our food before Jar Jar eats in front of us and it makes us sick.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that's where he grabs he catches his tongue. Yeah. Don't do that again.
Any attempt to escape and they blow you up. Like slaves are technically kind of valuable. Should you just go get them?
I'm about to do it
Brought
again.
a toad fish man here.
This kid lives for pod racing.
Qui-Gon's like, oh no, another vehicle.
Yeah.
That can't.
Please don't make me drive it.
Qui-Gon's like,
So he just said, I'm the only human that can do it. And Qui-Gon's like, yes, that's why I've never driven a pod racer. Because you're the only human that can do it. Everyone heard him.
I'm the only human that can do it. Oh, thank God, I'm off the hook again. No one must know my dark secret.
See, what they should have done is they should have doubled down with Jar Jar trying to grab it a third time. And then Qui-Gon just punches him in the face.
Just straight up dolls off and decks him. I'm not a Jedi. What if I killed him and took it from... Would a Jedi do that?
Oh, here we're foreshadowing.
I also love...
Also, yeah, I love that he's like not here to free them. And it's 100% probably within his power
To
both
just-
as a galactic representative of
Yeah.
you know,
Of
and
the Republic,
a Jedi. Like he's got like 3 layers of authority to probably do this.
As ambassador to from the Galactic Senate, in my power. Hold on, Anakin. What's your boss's name? I mean, owner. Yeah, cool. You.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my hyperdrive generator.
I can fix anything.
But that's not the Jedi way.
I mean,
By
Qui-Gon-
strong arming somebody mentally.
Qui-Gon takes, yeah, like he's very willing to manipulate his mind or
They must
manipulate
have
the
a
role.
weakness.
See, he's already right there. He's right on the edge of being a Sith.
Yeah.
Greed can be a powerful ally. Ask me how I know.
From the from like the backstory and stuff of Qui-Gon, he is kind of like the
He's-
maverick of
Yeah,
Jedi
yeah,
Masters.
He's
Oh,
like
for
a
sure,
gray
yeah.
Jedi or whatever.
Yeah. Like he's very much on the line of like Samuel L. Jackson.
They probably made a lot of rules because of things he did.
Probably.
We
Oh,
didn't need
yeah.
this rule before you, Qui-Gon. No one did it.
But you're just like picking up these frog people. You won't drive anywhere.
You didn't free the slaves. You're betting on pod races and you made a profit off of it?
So what we heard is you went out, you failed negotiations, then you rescued the princess. Instead of just coming here, you went out gambling on races? Some backwater planet?
He's like smoking a cigar and I made a lot of money.
Betting with some dude to win a kid's life? You know, we're anti-slavery here.
Yeah.
Like they should just cut to him and Watto at like a nightclub somewhere.
Just in the background.
Glad we ditched that kid.
And the toad guy.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon's like, I could probably use this kid.
The classic Star Wars wipes. I will say this, as cheesy as they could be in
I love
other
them.
applications, they're
They
so
work.
good for this.
Yeah. They really, and I love that they never went away from them.
Yeah.
Right.
They commit to the bit
Yeah,
on
they
that.
committed to the radial and the side and the sweeping wipes. Like
The
they're
queen will not approve. The queen doesn't need
And
to
it's like
know.
no one else can start that now.
No.
It's so
'Cause then
passe.
you're- yeah, 'cause then
They're,
you're just like, well,
outdated looking.
Yeah, it's just Star Wars.
Whoa.
Oh,
Nubian.
You knew he's Nubian.
So in the episode 1 pod racer game on the N64, whenever you're playing as Sebulba, you can double tap right or left triggers, and it flashes the vents on both sides, and it catches people on fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it's the only offensive weapon in the entire game.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because Sebulba
Which is also
has.
interesting because I have the Lego Pod Racers,
Uh-huh.
and those things have chainsaws on the front of them.
Do they?
Oh, multiple. The large green one.
Yeah. Oh, the
it has
Gascano.
Yeah, it has chainsaws that
Yep.
drop down in front of the engines.
So and I know the vents on Sebulba's pod racer and the Lego actually open up too. They can they have
Yeah.
little hinges.
Yeah. And now this just makes me want to go home and they're all in a
It
box.
just makes me want to play episode 1 pod racer.
Oh, get out of here.
That's a fantastic game.
It's a
Don't you
terrible game.
fight me?
It's a terrible
So
game.
here's where he's like bargaining for
Slavery.
Yeah.
And
and at no point does Anakin, can you also free my mom?
no,
The card's
Yeah.
good.
I want a
That's 2
child
pod
and
races.
some hyperdrive parts to get out of this place.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there was. There was definitely a way to get the. To get his mom out of slavery.
There are a lot.
Oh, there's-
You don't even have to have the Jedi do it. Just send in the Naboo security force and shoot the dude.
Can we just
Come
take
back immediately.
Yeah.
After this is all resolved.
Yeah.
Can we just take a note here that Obi-Wan dragged the hyperdrive out into the mess hall in
To
that
work
ship?
on it, yeah.
There's 2 dudes just eating food, and the hyperdrive's
It's
right
a highly
next to it.
sensitive piece of equipment.
I was really worried whenever Annie's friends show up, and one of them's a Rhodian, and I was like, please don't be Greedo.
It is Greedo.
Is
think
it?
it is.
No,
Yes.
no, it's not.
Yes, because he said something, and one of them says, you're not gonna end up being like that, Greedo, or something like that.
Oh, do they?
Oh, it's coming up.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's all of Star Wars is connected.
Oh, don't
And by
say
connected,
that.
I mean
The
like
universe is
woven
so
like
small.
a basket, a small basket for only
Who's
a
his
couple of
father?
items.
Yes, the Jesus.
There was no.
There was no father. Yeah, that's what they all say, lady. All right, anyway, so who was his father?
Jesus Christ.
Liam Neeson, like Qui-Gon looked out in the distance, like he's like, wait, how many kids do I have? He's not even listening to what
Am
she
I
said.
the father?
Yeah, he's
I
like,
could be the father.
this
couldn't
is
I,
not
lady?
the first time I've been on Tatooine.
Jesus Christ.
There is no father.
Here we go. There we go.
Oh, don't say it.
Here's the line. It's coming up.
I don't believe you.
It's there.
I don't believe it until it happens.
It's there. And for Jar Jar to do something stupid. Wait for it.
I do love
Boonta race.
the
Boonta race
design
tomorrow.
of his pod racer.
I like even these kids are like, this heap?
They're all just bashing on him.
Yeah, see, there's no word here about Greedo.
I'm almost positive that it pops up at some point in this. Well, stick with it. Stick with it.
Oh, this was dumb.
Why are we
It's always
trusting
dumb.
Jar Jar
Try
over
to
here?
do the work. Immediately puts his whole face in it.
Yep.
Great dialogue. Thank you.
The best.
How do you get your hand stuck in here? And what was that? Why was that just like sitting in the vent?
Well, that's what he just dropped when he was trying to get
How
there.
did it get dropped in there though?
Oh, who knows?
Maybe it isn't Greedo. I could have sworn that there was a line
No.
where it's like, oh, you're.
In my head canon it is, Steven, so don't worry.
Oh, okay, here it is. In a deleted scene from The Phantom Menace included on the 2001 DVD release, a character named Greedo appears fighting in the street with young Anakin Skywalker.
Oh.
Qui-Gon Jinn breaks it up. Greedo is warned by fellow Rodian that someday his actions will get him shot.
Ah.
I knew the scene existed. I knew I
Okay.
wasn't
And
making
then he
that
turns
up.
and winks at the camera and says, not if I shoot first. And then George Lucas is like, delete that scene.
No. George Lucas was like, that's gold. Keep it in there. And like the editors in the background, like, oh God, we're
It's
cutting that as soon as it gets in our hands.
Working.
Have you seen the memes where it just explodes?
I love the sound design for pod racers though.
Oh, they sound so
yeah.
good. Like,
Man.
like even like the droidica firing, like all the sounds in this are so good.
Ah, yes. The next grown part of midi-chlorians.
His mom's like, yeah, do a blood test. I don't care, whatever.
Yeah. As if
just
you have
met
to
you.
get permission from minors to have
I
medical
think-
work as a slave.
I feel like being a Jedi automatically gives you some cred.
I guess so.
apparently,
Good as new. I just heard
goodness
you.
knew.
You didn't bandage anything.
All I did was take
He's
little
like,
blood.
just out for his own stuff. He's like, I need this blood. The kid's like, you didn't put a bandage? It's good as new. Get out of here, kid.
Can I at least get like a Scooby Doo Band-Aid? I don't know what that is, kid.
Is this green part infection? Don't sweat it. It's fine.
It's gonna turn him into a plant.
Also,
from
we
Troll
got this blood test Wi-Fi here.
Yeah.
2. The blood test Wi-Fi.
It's
Yeah,
off the
like I
top.
like how they have a computer that can
Over
read
20,000
midichlorians.
on the Naboo ship.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Jedi.
Yeah.
This is just standard medical equipment throughout the galaxy.
It's like, Flash or something like that. It's installed on every machine.
Just Java. It's
Java.
everywhere.
It's Java. It's, yeah.
When someone gets a new ship, we're like, man, this midi-chlorian stuff, get this out of here. Bloatware.
Doggone bloatware.
There's always a new update for the midichlorian software. I'm just ready to launch the
The
ship.
Jedi are always pushing this out.
Hasn't been relevant for decades. Why
No
is
one's
it still
used
on
this
here?
thing in years. It is Java.
I do love the Sith infiltrator that
I also have a Lego of that.
I have.
It's
I had
really
the
cool.
Lego of it and the obviously the Star Wars X-wing miniatures.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, they
So
were good for
commentary's
like.
just going to be like, how many Lego sets can we go through?
Oh, I have.
I had almost every single Lego set from this movie.
Yeah, from the 1999 releases. I
Yep.
was lousy with Lego sets.
What are these
Yeah.
things?
They're probe
They're
droids.
little Sith probe droids.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Lego set had them. They were cool enough to be included, so they're
Yeah.
plot relevant.
All right, guys, welcome to our podcast. Within the podcast, we're talking Lego.
Also, I love how repulsive technology is so low tech that it's just being pulled by a draft animal. Like you could just put like a fan on the back of that or something.
I wish that they would have done, instead of CGI background of all the pod racers, actually built the pod racers.
Oh yeah,
just
that
the
would've been
fronts of them.
good.
That would be so much better than this green screen right here, which just doesn't look good.
Also, why does the flying guy have a walking stick?
Does he need? No, it's used to beat his
That's a
slaves
whomping
with.
stick.
Oh, it's a whooping stick?
Yeah,
Okay, it's a
it's
whooping
a
stick.
switch.
Yeah.
So Bulba's getting the royal treatment.
I mean, he is the prize fighter.
Yeah.
So Bulba always wins.
Always win. So basically, Watto is guaranteeing to lose a lot of money in this.
Yes.
So see, at this point, Qui-Gon for real should go over there and sabotage something on Sebulba's ship or like, do
Right?
some Qui-Gon level stuff.
Not by a long shot.
How do you determine that?
Right?
I mean,
What's the rate of exchange around here?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Chance Cube.
well, so the funny thing is, because he obviously uses his Jedi powers to do this, and Watto is so confident that he knows that he's not a Jedi that he just doesn't even
Doesn't
think
even
about it.
question
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I love
Smile.
how he rolls the die on it. It's a 50-50. Like, why would you be upset about the
flip a
outcome?
coin.
It's literally
Yeah.
a 50-50, unless it's weighted.
Well, no, it could be weighted, or the fact that he just doesn't care about the mom. He just wants Anakin.
Yeah.
Because Anakin is actually useful at the shop.
Yeah.
The mother just exists. Anakin at least does electronics.
Yeah. As a, let's see, I was 10.
Glare.
then- As a 13-year-old.
To do the math.
Yeah, I had to do the math for a second. As a 13-year-old, Natalie Portman was definitely one of my first
Oh, yeah.
first crushes.
So I am like the same age as Natalie, and so every movie. Like,
How does
when
that
she
make
was
you
in-
feel about how successful your life is?
Oh, terrible. I mean, she was more successful than me in '99. But yeah, every movie I saw her in The Professional in the '90s.
Mhm.
Had a crush on her. Saw her in this, and then now as you get older, you see her young. You're like, well, now it's creepy to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, young Natalie Portman. You know, you can't
But like,
do that.
but like at the time, like,
the time, yeah.
you're her
absolutely.
age basically. Like I
Yeah.
was 15,
And I still have a crush on Natalie Portman nowadays.
I mean,
and it works. You're still the
She's
same.
Natalie
It's still the
Portman.
right age.
and she's a fantastic actress too.
Sure
Yeah.
is.
Just a dude walking around in
This guy, yeah.
Death Skull mask or whatever. Yeah, no big deal.
I
I bet
love
these seats are so hot.
this.
I bet this is out of control. Like,
So,
just
so what you don't
sweating.
know is
The
that
music is so
Tatooine,
good.
the ambient temperature of Tatooine is actually like a flat 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like the ideal weather.
It's like a little bit
no
cold.
humidity.
Yeah.
I do love the cacophony of aliens and stuff that we get with this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the announcers here? on
I
this?
love the announcers.
Okay.
I think they're great because like it's kind of fun because you get the Hydra kind of thing where you have one that's a different personality than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad character, honestly.
No, I like him.
Especially given that it's basically a throwaway. It's,
I
it's
wish-
like he's going to show up later.
You know,
Yeah.
the thing that you always wish for is that you wish that they were all practical.
Sure.
yeah,
but, you
well,
know.
of course. So did they do like qualifying yesterday while Annie was fixing the pod racer or what?
Right.
So is this is this an extended edition? I don't remember those two.
You don't remember all this?
Remember
No,
that?
well, no, I remember this because Deadbolt is definitely in their theatrical release, and he's in it too. Because then he
those
gets
are all in
mad.
there.
Yeah,
Time for them all to shrink each other.
These
well,
guys
then
set
one
records.
gets thrown into a.
Yeah.
I love the
Local
design of his
boy.
pod racer.
What
Which
if everybody booed? Boo! Qui-Gon's like, uh-oh.
Oh, what did I do?
God,
But also, like the pod racer designs in general are just
they're
spectacular.
they're so good. The music's great. Like, see, you know,
And there it is.
why do we need this?
Got to get it in there. The kids love the fart jokes.
P. Yusa.
Ugh.
Again, that's the stuff that annoys me is when they try to bring stuff from our world, like PU,
Yeah.
into Star Wars. It's like, no, like there's so many fake languages and stuff and fantasy.
Yeah, we
stuff
don't
we can
need all this.
We don't have to say PU to get what he's saying, you know?
Also, I love how Sebulba's just going around sabotaging on his own. Like, really? You can't hire someone for this?
Well, I mean, but you know, that's how confident he is.
I guess. What?
Mucho gusto,
I love
mi
his
amigo.
little racing goggles.
Yeah. Built into his full helmet or whatever.
I bet they got inspiration from a normal like racing horse goggles.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. All right, Andy, listen, I got a lot of money right now. I'm not trying to press you, but like, this is kind of a big deal.
I would drive the pod racer if I could, but you know, you're
like
just
you
the only
said, you're
human
the
who can
only
do it.
person.
The sun was in my eyes, you know.
I slept on my neck wrong last night.
Well, I also like how when they get to Tatooine, it's like, so we can just walk into the supplement, right? Like, yeah, it's like, okay, perfect. Obi-Wan, you stay here.
And there's young Jabba in his prime.
Yep. Primal life. Good slim and trim.
And I didn't mind that they brought him in this. I thought that was
What makes
a
sense?
pretty
If you're
normal
an
cameo.
established crime lord or whatever, like
Yeah.
you're not this come lately fly by night, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you've been here for decades.
Yeah.
It still feels like a really weird choice to have a slug on a
Again,
desert
yeah, we
planet,
have
but-
this whole issue of
Yeah.
biology
He's like, is he
and
nervous?
ecology.
He's good. Kid better be. You're not the queen, nerd.
I do love these observation decks. These
Yeah.
are really cool.
The concept's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I love how the observation deck is literally in the middle of
It's
the...
it's also an obstacle. You could die by buying these suits.
Yeah.
That makes them more expensive.
Yep.
Yeah, the sound
let
design
me listen to
around all
that.
this. Ugh.
Also, like all of these engines look like wildly different in terms of size, power. It's
Yep.
like there's no regulations.
Well, also, I love how like we're full on based on like intake engines, and what are you racing over? Just a bunch of sand.
Yeah.
You know how fast these engines are just destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just NASCAR, but in space.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I am all here for it.
Oh,
I
no,
found
it's
a shirt
great.
the other day that's made up like an early '90s NASCAR shirt,
Uh-huh.
but it's got like Anakin's face and like his pod.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Oh, and
faded.
like the number or whatever. Yeah.
But it was like white with like the hot pink and
Was
like
that Willow?
neon blue.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
That was
Forgot about
Warwick
that.
Davis.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Anakin.
Cut to Qui-Gon just throwing his hat down. Come on.
Just throwing the paper tickets down.
Just tearing him up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I could have driven it, but no, he had to get in.
Oh yeah, there's Warwick Davis.
Yeah, there he is. But yeah, that sound.
Yeah. Oh, poor Ben Quadraneros.
Yeah. Don't punch it.
Jar Jar's still cheering.
He's got it.
That's the engine Jar Jar tuned. He knows it's good.
That sounds like an F1 car.
It does. Ah, man.
What if they sampled some of
those foils at the front for the
Yeah.
maneuvering foils are so cool.
Cursing and Huttese.
And what I
Perfect.
find crazy is like people hated this. Like they hated pod racing for some reason. I just don't get it.
I mean, this is like one of the best parts of the movie.
It really is.
Like you get these
yeah.
camera angles are great.
I
And
think
that,
again, it's probably, if there's any complaint with it, it's a victim of its time with the CG.
But the CG's still good.
it's not that
It's
bad.
okay.
Of all the, just because you have the speed and the motion blur, it really helps.
It helps
Yeah.
cover up a lot
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Well, and because the technology of the pod racers in general leads to some kind of weird movement anyways, it doesn't,
Yeah.
there's no uncanny valley here.
Right, yeah.
Right,
There's
because
nothing. No one races these in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're firmly in like, uncharted territory
Yep.
in terms of movement. So
Well, also the sound design really carries it too in terms of like the
Yeah.
speed, like the
Yeah. Well, and you get these kind of moments where they like, I'll definitely give George Lucas
Don't
this.
take your hands off the controls. Of course you crash, you idiot.
now remember, if you're about to crash, what do? I release and scream.
I love the rednecks over here.
Yeah.
They don't like NASCAR in this
Heck
world.
yeah, brother. I winged him. Heck
Yeah, brother. Well, like that's a great shot too with the
Yeah.
mirage.
Well, and you get the
gosh.
great sound design of whenever it's nice and quiet, and then it's just like an actual race where they're going
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
That is, it's so good. So this course on episode 1 Pod Racer is a 6.5 minute course. They went all out for the final race or whatever
Yeah.
for it. It's a fantastic map. It's hard as hell, but
and
whoop.
well, it definitely doesn't work now.
Oh,
no.
I love that.
Java just being a jerk. I forgot about that.
Just kicking him off. I mean, you definitely have to give Anakin this. His racer must be so fast to be able to catch up.
Well,
Oh, it's
granted,
gotta
like
be.
he's got 2 engines. He has no mass on this. Like
That is
it's
true.
as lean as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wind resistance.
Kid
either.
weighs 50 pounds tops.
Yeah, also true.
So I really feel that this is one of the inspirations for Redline.
Oh,
be,
definitely.
yeah.
100%. There's
Just
no way
like
it's not.
like the wacky, alien races with kind of like a no holds barred.
Oh, we've got missile
Redline,
launches
for
or
those
whatever
listening that
coming
may not know, is an anime movie about like futuristic racing.
Yeah.
up. From like what, 2007?
2009.
2009. We have a review of that if it's back in the feed.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's really cool.
Yeah, so that whole scene with Gascano of him like overtaking him, that is not in the theatrical cut.
Oh,
Same
really?
thing
So-
here with Team Toe.
So what you're saying is Disney. So if you're watching the theatrical cut, you're going to be totally desynced because Disney gave us the full treatment.
I guess so, yeah.
Huh.
So don't watch it on VHS. But if you're already this far, I don't know. What to tell
I
you.
can't. Yeah,
Too
you're like
bad.
these guys keep talking. I'm not even there yet. I'm like way past that point. What's going on?
Oh,
Also-
I love this. Just see ya.
Just debris.
God, just imagine how like much debris that would be when you're moving at like 200 miles an hour.
Also,
Right.
like right there, he'd be dead. Kid's gone.
100%
Well,
dead.
you
Yeah.
black out just from that
It
spin.
would just be smacking on the ground like back and forth.
So for this, yeah, like they like he has like a little grappling gun or whatever that he shoots with it. And this was a deleted scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I 100% remember this. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yep. It's like magnetic.
Yeah, it's like a little magnetic
So what's
thing.
keeping the right side of it up right now?
Nothing.
the force.
The force.
Okay.
He's also got like one hand off the controls. One control just isn't necessary. It's optional.
Yep.
Yeah, he has so many issues, and he just effortlessly passes people. It doesn't
Well, I mean,
matter.
he's a a genius at this point for
20,000 midichlorians
mechanicals.
are coursing through his veins.
The force is pushing him from behind.
Defies God.
And gravity.
Yeah.
Dom Toretto's in the sands. Like, I need to put him in the family.
Get her done.
That's gotta hurt.
He's dead. That's a dead person.
Time for a good joke. Well, looks like we won't be seeing him next year. I mean, if nothing else, at least Jar Jar is always rooting for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the best cheerleader.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine the whiplash of going that fast and like going around
The
these
snaps,
corners?
yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah, you turn too sharp, so just whack, and it's just like your neck breaks.
But also like so the power coupling is at the front, right?
Yep.
The racer's at the back.
Yep.
So if you just run up with the pod, the racer pod between your thing, and you make them just become limp,
Yep.
you just win.
So
You have a weapon at the front of your vehicle.
he goes up on the sand ramp, stops
Yeah.
semi trucks from
Also, like the height he reaches here is like holy smokes. You
Insane.
would just slam back on the ground, right? Like,
well the way repulsors work is they work at the speed of the plot.
oh,
I mean, that is true. It's a fact. You can find it in the compendium. It says, how do repulsors work? As the plot demands.
As the plot
as
demands.
plot demands. Love this sand space iPad
Yeah.
they're watching the race on here.
Well, also, I love how like there's no camera operators out here. There's no drones following
Yeah, like
them.
how are they seeing anything?
No, that's not as you just don't see the drones. I
They
love
can
how
show us.
large Sebulba's
It's a
pod
big machine.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, now here comes the thing, and then the dramatic music comes on.
Comes on. You know something's about to happen here. Beep, beep.
Now he's going to overheat. Yep. Just hold R, man. You're fine.
But also, like, you just sent a piece of debris right back into Sebulba's engine.
Yeah.
Why didn't his engine blow out?
Oh, that looks so good, though, with the smoke, like, trailing behind.
The sound is the best part of it.
Yeah. Because he's basically right. You know, he's like in like a freaking Camaro, like IROC Z.
That piece isn't necessary. You just put the fire out. Duh.
No, he's just you know, he's bypassing all of
rerouting
the
things.
required things.
Gosh. You know, all the controls can be accessed.
And he hasn't looked up in like 20 seconds.
Just going along 300
Force.
miles an hour. No big deal.
It's the Force. It's fine.
I really do wish, watching this now, that the piece popped loose and it just went back and wrecked Sebulba. And it was like he's hoisted on his own treachery.
Yeah.
Because, like, he didn't expect him to be in front. He's just make sure you stay behind kind of thing.
But also, Sebulba had like maybe a 2-car length lead on him after all that. Like, that's it.
I mean, you know.
He's just not pushing it, man.
Did he
Why
slow
risk
down?
it?
Like,
Yeah.
you need to rush.
Fuel's expensive these days.
Probably.
What Chubba didn't know ya.
Out onto the big flat plane where he just
Look
dusts
how
you.
fast Anakin's pod is compared to this.
Yeah.
And it's funny, too, because in the game, Anakin's pod is not the best one by a long margin.
Yeah.
So I love how when they did the big stand
Qui-Gon's
sweep
back
for
there.
this.
Like the mom looks concerned, so Qui-Gon looks like, do not lose this race. I'll never recover from this.
Never financially recover from this.
Look, he's so nervous.
Oh, Andrew took a swing. Oh, we almost
got
got
out of
him.
my Coke.
Almost got him.
Don't take your hands off the controls.
Again, that's the standard.
That's a free
safety
tip.
for
God, just imagine a jet engine just.
And he just lands calmly, safely. No big
Well,
deal.
he's behind it. It's fine.
Poodoo.
Voodoo.
It would have been even better if he just wrecked right there.
They do like the Talladega Nights. He has to get up and run for the
Yeah.
finish line.
This music is just so ingrained in my head from the game.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I love how they just show like the live action.
The one segment
the
where
one
aliens
segment-
weren't allowed to be
Yeah.
seated.
Yeah.
And it just looks so small compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, man, I just lost so much money.
Jabba taking a nap.
That's Bib Fortuna when he wasn't fat.
When he wasn't fat. Yeah. Back in the day, the good old days.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, mom, don't kiss me in front of the angel.
I wanted mom to say we owe you everything, Annie, and the angel to kiss me. The pilot
Don't worry, she'll
angel
kiss you in about
kisses.
10 years. It's fine.
Ugh.
You swindled me.
You sneak thieving, low down, dirty.
Somehow you knew it. I lost everything. Wait, hold on. You're saying you lost the part that I was going to buy from your car?
Everything.
No take backsies.
I'm sure they can. They got a Rancor pit just for you, Watto.
Yeah. What does Watto care about a Rancor pit? He flies.
Yeah.
You open
mean-
the trap door. Okay.
He just sits there hovering.
Neat trick, bud. Why does the floor move?
Maybe he's like a repulsor when they drop the floor. He's
he can only go so high above the
Yeah.
ground. Like, no, my weakness. Small holes.
Obi-Wan's like, I've been bored for days. I'm just back here looking at this broken hyperdrive.
Well, so he's not even driving this. The animal's doing the work.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They know. They're like horses, right? Horses know where they're
Yeah,
home
they know
is.
where they're
They
going.
Take you there.
Does
Yeah.
he fly later in this?
No,
He doesn't? Okay.
no,
Oh, I mean, he does. No, he doesn't fly.
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
Because he doesn't fall. No, he does fall down the hole.
I mean,
No, I mean like a ship. Like,
No,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying we're just going for flying in general.
okay.
Falling with style.
Following with style. Now you can make your dreams come true. I'm going to sit here and be a slave.
Forever. No,
turn him loose in the desert.
Qui-Gon's like, I freed him. He's free to go. Get out there, boy. It's time to live on your own.
Be free. Oh, man. That
We
line.
can't be seen together, Anakin, so I'm going to...
Obi-Wan, like, he comes back and Obi-Wan's like, another Padawan just to replace me? Was I not good enough?
You're free. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Foreshadowing. I do feel sorry for
Shmi.
Anakin's actor.
Well, oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, he was just bullied and everything else.
Which is really sad because, I mean, like, it's not
His fault
not
that
his
George
fault
Lucas
at all.
can't write or direct.
Yeah. And it was just so just cheesy.
And like at that age, if I had been 10 and they come to me and be like, hey kid, you want to star in Star Wars? I'd be like, oh yeah. Like no one turns that down.
That's not what he just
Anakin,
said.
that's not how this works.
I mean, he's an 8-year-old kid.
Can you just cut him down with your laser sword? Well, of course, but I...
You said you're not a Jedi. You don't have to follow any kind of code, right? But also, you get to go on the sweet starship with the space angel.
Bye, Mom.
Peace.
Qui-Gon doesn't know how to properly frame this deal.
Now this is pod racing.
So what if I told you that angel's going to be sleeping 2 doors down the hall from you?
Oh. Man, like, it's just one of those things where the mental gymnastics of just like, all right, I'm just going to leave my mom here and she's still going to be a slave. But I mean, clearly they have.
She doesn't have like a terrible life. Quote
Yeah.
unquote. I mean, like it's still pretty horrible, but like she has her own home.
Yeah.
She seems to be relatively independent. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know what she does as a slave.
I think it was just that they came as a pair and Watto wanted him.
Wants the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Watto kicks her to the curb and she gets killed by the Tuskens.
Ah, what a weird POV shot.
That is awkward. Let's just look down at the child.
Is that the only POV we've ever gotten in Star Wars?
At
Surely
least
not.
so far.
Surely not.
Can you think of another scene?
I'm
that's
trying.
POV.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, technically, all the shots on the spaceships are POV, but
Well, that doesn't count.
That
I
doesn't
mean,
count.
like,
It's not the same
like
thing.
POV of a character.
It'd be like someone's head looking around inside us.
Yeah.
it'd be great if we got like a POV of Chewbacca just staring at Harrison Ford's top of his head.
But it's just like there's hair in front of the lens.
I do love those, like the TikTok memes where people like a tall guy who's dating or married to like a really short girl,
Yeah.
and he like pulls out his camera and videos it from his perspective. She's like, "Is this how you see me? Just this perspective? This is what your life is like?"
The outlook unlikely.
Just breaks out the 8-ball.
I mean,
I guess.
he does see her again right before she dies.
Yeah.
Rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy.
Okay, Zuko.
See, at least this kid understands. When I'm a Jedi, I'm gonna come in here and just smoke water with my lightsaber.
I mean,
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I will say, for Qui-Gon being someone who rides so close to the rules, him not just being like, I own the shop now, it's a little sad.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you need the plot.
Well, you need the plot, then you also need
You also need this
Anakin-
poster of Anakin walking.
which that's a great poster.
That's a spectacular poster.
But the thing is, and you have fantastic music here, obviously.
Of course.
But you really need and I understand what Lucas was trying to do here. You need his mom to stay back so he has a reason to start edging towards the dark side whenever she dies.
Your thoughts dwell on your
Yeah,
mother.
but
Yeah.
I
And
think
your
it's-
mother.
Oh, got him. It's the reasoning that they came up with is just kind of like
Yeah,
flimsy.
It's just not
flimsy,
well.
yeah.
They need to give better justification or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
There, yeah. Because like at the end of the day, it's like, well, you did wrong by killing water. It's like, no, I did right. I freed slaves. Kid just hits the deck.
But I'm tired.
Yeah, no kid reacts like that.
I know. He'd ask so many questions before, like he just gets
But why?
Huh?
Dead.
I do like this little mini duel we get here
It's great, honestly.
because you get the kind of dust and stuff around them.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan senses none of this. He's like, what?
He said Qui-Gon's in trouble. Take off.
And he's
Over there,
just
fly
like,
low.
I don't need to go help my master.
He's
It's
helping
fine.
him now. He said, go over there and fly low. Pay attention to the movie. Gosh, guys. It would be amazing. Like, Darth Maul just jumps up and stretches up and slices down the ship. Like, no, the hyperdrive, we just fixed that.
Right.
Man, that's got to be so hot in those robes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure. It was a dude. Nothing. We're in space, dude.
We flew away. We did something about it.
Qui-Gon's like, that's what you call a close call and a win. This happens to me every week.
This is called
Andy.
sometimes you need to know when to hold them and other times you need to know when to
Yeah.
fold them, kid.
Like last time when I was over at Nar Shaddaa and I lost some bets, I had to escape pretty quickly.
I tell you always got to have another door out the back.
I like how he's got this little
This
walking
walking
He's
chair.
become lazy. Ruling is so difficult.
Decided what? You're
I don't need
invaded.
you people. I've got
The
your
people have
cities.
decided we're not invaded. See, I said it.
I like how all of these droids have like scoliosis.
Yeah, like their skulls are just, or their backs are
Their
just
backs
bent.
are so bent.
Yeah. They're on like an S.
I like the color fade on these outfits.
Oh, honestly, like
Yeah.
that's a gorgeous robe.
No, they really are. The ombre.
Yeah.
But see, like right here, you just need a
It's
little bit like kind of
glow
glowiness.
It's
around
also
it.
that like it's too sharp.
It's too sharp. That's
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the other
It's
problem.
I still think it's pretty okay.
It's okay.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Again, in the pantheon of complaints about the CGI in
Sure,
this, it's
yeah.
pretty far down.
Well, this is honest. Like the CGI in this is not really where a lot of the problems come in. It's Attack of the Clones.
Well,
where
it's later when we
everything
just
is
fill
green
the
screen.
screen with CGI.
Yeah, where this
These,
where
like,
they're still
these
trying
practical
to be
Jar Jar
practical.
feet are freaking me out.
They're a little big, yeah. They're very dinosaurs
Yeah.
from the 90s.
yeah, not the mama.
Not the mama.
Wow, I haven't thought about Dinosaurs the sitcom in a long time.
Dude, 90s TV was wild.
Oh yeah.
Space is cold.
Didn't that series end with them like going extinct?
Oh
Yes.
no, the dad causes the ice age.
Oh, that's what it was.
He has like an accident at work that like blocks the volcano or something happens and it like
Yeah.
causes the ice age. It's like it ends with them going like, well, I guess we're all dead.
Yeah,
Credits.
it's so terrible.
Yeah.
What is
A
a
Japor
port
snippet?
snippet?
That's a form of feces, correct, Annie? Mm-hmm. She like slowly drops it.
A
is what-
Japor snippet.
This is very valuable where I come from. Uh-huh. Not
Gross.
creepy at all.
She's grooming him right here.
Oh my gosh. What if I could be your mommy?
Oh no, no!
Anakin, these shoulders are pretty strong, I gotta say. And he's like, I don't understand what's happening.
I mean, now to be fair, the black dress that she wears in Attack of the Clones.
I need to convince Anakin to stop being attracted to me. So what's the sexiest thing I can find?
What makes him want to go step on me, mommy?
Also, I really wanted to drop the DBZ there where she's holding his shoulders like, I need an adult. I am an adult, Anakin.
And the waves on this guy's hair. Look at this.
Dude, his hair is so
Love it.
good.
Uh,
Sheev as a whole kind of feel.
it's Ian McDermott.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He plays Palpatine and everything, basically, right?
pretty much.
Not
yeah.
Empire. The Empire hologram is not
It's
him.
not him,
Oh, yeah,
and then they
yeah.
replaced him in this in later releases.
Versions, yeah.
Yeah, they replaced
Yeah.
it with him.
Yeah, but he basically got to this, and then they're like, "Oh, you can still keep playing him."
Well, he was
Well, he was
young.
young.
He was a young man
Yeah.
that they put a lot of makeup on.
Yeah.
Old,
Then he
yeah.
was a middle-aged man playing a middle-aged man, and then he was an old man. They're like, "We got the makeup." Like, what do I need makeup for?
I am the Sith.
What if I earn these jowls?
Yep. And he plays such a good.
Who is this dusty
Palpatine.
little child you've brought with you?
And also the Frogman.
Yeah, like this motley crew crawls off the ship.
This kid's just right on her trail.
Dignitaries, and then this little dust bunny right here behind her.
Like, I like how he's just walking with the
That's
with
what I'm
the
saying.
entourage.
This kid's just here, like, what's up, y'all?
Well, what's crazy too is that like I already feel that we've been in this movie for so long because so much has happened, and they're
like,
still like
it's barely
another
started.
hour.
It's barely started at this point. I mean,
It's like, get out of here.
we got to sit down and we got to talk, right? That's what's coming.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like up until that point, like I think the movie still felt pretty quick with like the pacing and everything, just because like you're still kind of like learning it.
Hold
But
on.
now,
Did he just say that she's pretty hot? Did
Where?
Jar Jar is pretty hot?
probably.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he did. Jar Jar. He's
dirty
8.
frog boy.
Don't talk to him like that. Jeez, you dirty old man.
We don't know how old Jar Jar is.
You know, for all we know, Jar Jar
He's
didn't get banned for being
14.
clumsy.
But yeah, like so now we just sit here and we just go to talking to more talking with more talking.
More talking. Yeah.
And like as a kid, you're just like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Pansies, I would say.
But like, he's so good at this.
he is.
If nothing else.
I mean, no, Ian McDermott's fantastic.
For again, as bad as most of the acting is and the directing is in this, he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
George is like, so what if you sort of like, George, sit down. Don't
I got
strain
this.
yourself. It's
Yeah.
fine.
well, because he's got that kind of like weird timbre where he's like,
What was that again?
Well, he has the ability to look like senatorial at any moment
yeah.
and have like that same cadence of talking no matter what.
Well, but then like he obviously has the face and the demeanor to be like, I am the Sith.
Be slightly creepy in the background.
Yeah. And her hair or her like outfits for like these kind of scenes just kill me. I mean, they're really like
Oh, they're elaborate.
they're
yeah.
very elaborate.
Well,
but man,
Now, I will say though, like it has a practical effect, right? If you need to be able to substitute in someone to pretend to be the queen,
that is true.
then if you never know what the queen actually looks like under all this makeup, it's way easier to pull it off.
That is okay. Yeah,
it's the
that's
whole like Daft Punk
completely
thing,
fair.
right? You wear
Yeah.
the mat. I'm coming back to what we talked about before we started all this, but so it does have a practical value.
Yeah,
You're distracted by the outfit, so you don't pay attention to the
Right,
face.
yeah. You're just
exactly.
like
Yeah.
another dress change, eh, queen?
Here's the very accurate and not weird looking Yoda at all.
So
no.
this is the
This is
redone
good. Yeah,
one.
Okay.
This is the redone.
Yeah,
Got it,
because
That's right.
he used to be a puppet, and
was
then
a
they're
puppet.
like, we don't like that.
Well, it was a bad puppet.
It was a
It
bad
didn't even
puppet.
look as good as the one in the Empire Strikes Back. Like it was.
I
They
mean,
could have just dusted that one off.
I know.
It's not like he
Samuel L.
aged that much between now and then, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the Jedi.
There's
Council.
Yaddle in the back.
Is Yaddle in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another shot.
I like the Camino in. Like, he must be
Yeah.
so easy to kill in a lightsaber duel.
Oh,
Right? You got all that exposed neck.
His power level's over 2,000.
20,000.
Conceived by the midichlorians.
Believe it. I remember that from the trailer.
Trailer, yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a really good edit
Yeah.
with Evangelion to the Phantom Menace trailer.
Yeah.
And it's really, really solidly cut. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay.
Kiadi Mundi.
Guy looks like he's not into it.
Yeah. That's another dude who has a hard
He's
time.
like, here goes Qui-Gon again.
All right, boys, what new rules we have
This
to write about
guy.
this one?
Yeah, like you see some guy in the corner break out the old tablet. All right.
Let's start looking at the phone.
Cross-reference
Page
what's already
63,
here.
paragraph C. What do we have in here about Qui-Gon kidnapping children?
You went gambling again, didn't you?
Racing, was it? That's a whole 3 pages on that one.
I might be cleaning up. I don't really know yet.
Yeah.
I still look these pretty ratty in these clothes.
She's probably into you. I wouldn't know, but like,
Maybe. I don't know.
it's not weird, is it?
It's totally not weird.
I just want to get a temp check on you on that real quick. Would you think that would be weird? Because I'm not her. I'm just getting a good vibe check on how you feel about that.
I'm asking for a friend.
Are you involved with anybody? We didn't ask that back on the planet.
Padme knows what she's doing.
Are you in a situation or anything? What's your?
I do like the concept of
I mean, if you
the
have
Senate.
to have a Senate full of people from everywhere, like
yeah, like this is pretty much the only way to do it. And
I just like, man,
I
the
love,
audio guy that runs the pitiful audio board we have for this podcast is thinking about how many microphones are in this room, how many sliders. Some one dude's like, okay, this guy's talking. I got to raise this up now. Okay, we can't have their mic on because they're talking
he's
about
he's
all
just
this.
one of those aliens that has like 8 arms.
Gotta
he's just,
be, yeah.
just
6
going
heads,
nuts.
20
Yeah.
arms. He's in the
sliders.
back.
Mute buttons. Pow, 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 pow.
I do like how like anyone can like jettison from their section and then come in and interject.
Yeah.
And then
There's
they're
gotta
like
be,
floating
like,
around.
Safeguards to keep people from running into each other too. Because
That's
somebody
the
disagreed.
real. That's the real. The old 100 years before this, the Senate had brawls where people were playing bumper cars over
Well,
things.
like, yeah, you disagree. You just wheel your thing around. You just ride right up on somebody.
Oh, politics.
Yeah, at this part, I remember the first time I saw this as a kid, I was like, what
What is
doing?
happening
What are we
here?
doing?
Yeah. And like that's kind of the thing is like up until like Tatooine and after
So
they
the
leave
opening,
Tatooine.
when they're kind of getting bogged down
Yeah.
in like the trade blockade, and then this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're just kind of like, ooh, okay.
Like to explore the validity of our accusations, just fly a ship over there and come back. It takes like a
Right.
day.
Y'all don't have like a Polaroid or something? You can
Just
show
like
up,
zip in and be like, yeah, there's a lot of ships there. There's explosions on the ground. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a problem.
got him.
The beginning of the end.
Yep. No confidence.
I love how they got overruled about this being a commission.
Well,
It's
he's, like,
but we have,
staggered, like,
but we have
my
enough political power to vote no confidence on you.
Well, and you know, it's funny too because like clearly there's like no appeals, no time limit. They're like, we're gonna vote right now. We're gonna do
here,
it.
Yeah.
Chancellor.
He's got that nose, man.
Dude, he's such a creeper.
He's
Not
too
from a
old.
Jedi.
How early do they kidnap these kids? Like at age 4?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
Not
so
again,
then
Master.
then it makes it look whenever Luke shows up to Yoda, and Yoda's like, he's too old. It's like Anakin was too old, so
Yeah.
he's like, you shouldn't even be in the conversation for.
It's not even a question of he's too old. It's like you're practically dying
If
at
you can
this point.
speak, you're too old. What's that?
I like how this is how they test him.
I know, like that's
What,
another.
like-
It's like this is. What number am I thinking of? 4. He's good. I'm transparent.
My thoughts dwell on your mother too.
Oh,
Got him.
That's such a good meme.
There's the prequel memes are the best part of the prequels. Let's be honest here.
I disagree there, but they're a very good selling point for the prequels.
I don't know. The memes are pretty good.
the memes
These
are
are they're
good.
pretty
Memes are pretty
good.
good. Just stuff.
Suffering. Suffering leads
Yeah, I
to
got a good little.
no.
Does the
Force
end of this
theme in
lead to
there.
dinner? Because I'm getting hungry.
hungry.
You're just in a strange room with a bunch of strangers, some of them monsters.
I
Like,
know,
why
right?
are you scared,
Like
kid?
an 8-year-old being surrounded by people who are judging him. He doesn't
He also
know. Why are you
yoinked
scared?
you off planet for the first time, and you're separated from your mom. Like, why are you? What's wrong, little baby?
Man up, Francis.
Why is Jar Jar just hanging out with the queen?
He has nothing to do. They don't know what to do with the guy. I hope not. She's like, wait, what? Y'all have an army? We said got nuclear weapons.
We just have volunteers.
We still got a grand army. Like, shoot, should we not have disbanded our army?
Yeah.
Was it a threat all around us all along?
We still have WMDs.
Also, she's like perfect.
We don't care about corruption. We just want to stop the invasion.
Man, I tell you, there's one good choice in this whole pile.
Bale.
Yeah, it ain't the Malice Dad.
Yeah, man. Bale is one, he's just a great character, but then two, he's a great actor.
Jimmy Schmitz.
Yeah. That was such good casting.
But this also just reveals completely like the seams in this great republic of like y'all have a confirmed invasion that's easily verifiable.
And they're just
but
like,
there's so much bureaucracy that they're like, nah, man, we can't send a single ship
Just go look.
to go check it out. And also, I mean, that seems like a problem for someone else. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of put in perspective, right? Like watching Mando season 3, like, what are you people doing? It's like, oh, this is the bureaucracy.
yeah.
Well, that's really Lucas's diatribe here is bureaucracy is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Well, I like how the only context that we have is that Jar Jar made an off comment that they have a good army, and now Padme's like, let's go back.
Let's go use that army. I'm here to blow stuff up.
He just said they had chemical weapons underwater, something weird. I don't
Like
know.
nukes, like
Let's go check this out.
ICBMs. Like, I'm down.
Nah, man. Qui-Gon, hands on his hips.
He's like, you said what?
Also, I love how this is like the worst thing. Like, so you saw how strong he is in Force, yes? Right. So we're gonna train him, right? No, we're just kicking him to the curb. Like, this is how we make Sith,
Right,
people.
it's like-
just train the kid.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing
Let's
too.
not release the all-powerful murder bot on the street.
Yeah.
Oh, this old guy?
Secondhand.
Well, we made that rule, Qui-Gon, because you tried this before.
Like, I really feel, and I'm unfamiliar with the backstory between Mace Windu and Qui-Gon, but I feel that they both basically went through the Jedi trials together, and Mace is the one that bet
He
Qui-Gon.
lost the bet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And now he's on the council, and he's just, you know.
I always get the vibe from them like it's like Qui-Gon's ex-wife is now married to Mace or something. Like there's like that energy of like we work together, so we have to be cordial, but
really, we hate each other's guts. But see, you're wrong there because Jedi don't marry. No attachments.
no, I'm saying it's the same energy as that.
Oh, okay.
It's the same vibe.
Yeah, not that that's what happened. That's the vibe I get.
Maybe Qui-Gon's last Padawan before Obi-Wan was he basically became Mace Windu's Padawan.
I started training with another master. When? When you were gambling.
How long?
I don't gamble that much, do I?
When you were at the races last weekend, I had to train.
Oh my god.
I have my needs.
You showed me so many things.
Other forms.
He taught me how to fly. I can fly.
But you've never
Just haven't
showed
gotten
me.
around to it yet.
My one weakness.
Well, I slept on my neck wrong last weekend.
The
And
sun was in my eyes, just can't
It's just
concentrate.
a little
I don't
too
want to rush your
hot.
training. I was getting to it. I promise. I tell Argiola talking about midterm elections. I mean, midichlorians.
Oh, I love how this is just transformed to this whole meme of Qui-Gon can't fly, can't drive,
Yeah.
can barely read.
He's just a hustler. He's just,
A confidence
he's
man.
just a con man. Weird.
He's a con man that has one skill, fighting with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's why Mace doesn't like him. He's like, this dude can't even read. Why are we letting him train people?
What's crazy about midichlorians too, side note, is that like George Lucas had the idea for midichlorians before the original trilogy.
Oh, really?
According to him, he had like the bones of like the idea of this
I don't
is how
believe
all
that.
this works.
That is
we'll look
what
it
he
up.
claims.
It's what
but
he
that
claims.
doesn't mean that he's
Again,
not just lying.
I'm not saying it's true.
I just don't believe that he was like that he had that idea.
Right.
Because there's literally no bones anywhere of that in the original trilogy.
I'm so dry. I'm ready to get back in the water.
I just want to be moist. Please, the humidity.
So I think that it would have been fine. Like it's such a minor thing, but they should have just shown him like being sprayed off
Just
with like a
spritz,
little.
yeah.
Well, just
Or
leave
just
him on-
asking, where's the restroom? Is there a water fountain? I need. Misa needs moisture.
Misa needs water. Like, just leave him on the ship.
I like how they have this little like walking hologram crab.
This guy's just force racist.
These guys really, yeah.
Just doesn't like force users.
I like how he's still in just rags.
Why would you dress him up? He's a desert urchin.
Anakin, do you watch
Look,
gladiator movies?
No, listen, he was born to the rags. He craves the rags.
You don't have a J. Crew on Coruscant?
With
How
a
many
handful of
outfits did
volunteers.
she bring?
I mean,
she brought more outfits than she brought guards.
It's like steam. Like so, whenever they were trying to escape, she was bringing steamer trunks in, like the Titanic.
oh,
Got it.
I thought it was gonna
Like
be
Rose.
like Spaceballs.
Oh yeah,
What is in this thing?
you don't need this.
That's my Super Dryer 9000, and I can't live without it.
I do like how they have basically Naboo is basically just augmented or just Earth
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know,
Earth analog.
I also like how these ships just absolutely just force their way to trees left and right.
I think another thing that disappointed me with this movie back in the day was I really kind of in my head had hoped it was going to be like an Obi-Wan origin story type thing. And it's
Yeah.
definitely not that. I mean,
So
it is to a very
It
small
kind
degree.
of is.
my biggest disappointment
You just
is,
don't get enough of him.
again, killing Darth Maul.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if Darth Maul lives and like then the second movie is Obi-Wan is training his Padawan, but he's also conflicted
But,
with
yeah,
Darth Maul still being out there. Like, that's such a better story.
100%.
Yeah.
God.
And the thing is too,
You're
I
much
really
wiser than me.
Also,
I've lost all my money.
also you can drive. Also, I'm a little poor. Would you like to gamble?
Also, don't tell anybody I am hammered right now.
Man, let me tell you, the Gungans, I'm so high.
like before we landed, there was some stuff in the back that I took.
I just
you know.
drank it. I didn't even check the bottle.
It may have been expired. I don't know.
I'm a little bit of a wreck, if I'm being honest with you, Obi-Wan. But I'm trying to say this is my cry for help.
Sacred place called Weapons Room.
yeah.
Also known as Armory.
I do like the Gungan technology, like
Right.
their like shields and and their like little plasma balls and stuff.
Yeah.
Which the plasma balls, like all of their weapons, are basically taken directly from the planet's core, like the plasma from the core,
Right.
which I think that's cool.
Well, you know, we just had to wait for however many years for Black Panther 2 to just rip it off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Water balls.
The big water balloons.
Water balloons.
water grenades.
The dense balloons.
She's got so many outfits.
Also, I do love how like we
they've
have to
got this
appeal to
poor
the
guy
Gungans.
perched on
Send
top
the
of this
guy
thing.
who's been banished from there like 6 times.
I know. Send the war criminal in this society to talk to him.
Padme's just about to be like, "Nuh-uh, get out of the way. Here we go."
She's like waiting for her chance.
It's still such a good reveal.
An alliance with what?
Who saw this?
D's.
I would have loved
Whoa.
it if she like switched into like Gungan talk.
Yeah.
Misa Amidala.
Or she just like, as she steps forward, she takes the headress off and puts it on. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
the queen
Takes it
now.
off the ground. Yeah.
I like how Qui-Gon side-eyes Obi-Wan. He's like, well, I'm an ass.
Well, haven't I looked like a big jackass for the last couple of weeks? Oh,
Am I
man.
drunk or did she just reveal herself as the queen? And then the Gungans are like, we do not tolerate betrayal of this level. You said you were someone else.
Kill her now.
He's just like, Misa gonna need to see some
Witch,
ID.
burn the witch. Shapeshifter. Dramatic.
I mean, if nothing else, this is a big gamble. Like, it's got to work kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Anakin clueless. Like, what's happening?
And this dude just loses his absolute mind.
Like.
Do y'all remember the Saturday Night Live sketch with the "You Like It a Juice" with Adam Sandler? And
No, I've never actually never watched more than like I think a single episode of Saturday Night Live.
Wow, how cultured you are!
I've still never even seen the
He's super hip with
more
it.
cowbell skit.
You're just so edgy
Good
and cool.
Lord, man.
I'm so jealous of you.
There was an era of YouTube where you just couldn't like click
But still
anything
couldn't
without
avoid
tripping
it.
Like,
over
this,
it. Yeah.
like this shot right here,
Yeah,
like it just doesn't look good.
no. Again, this movie walks over the things could run though. Like they thought it looked fine.
Oh,
and then
no,
later people
100%.
looked at it
Like,
and were like, I don't know, we could have done that
A
better.
lot of
right?
the stuff that I'm picking out is very minor.
I mean,
Definitely
honestly,
in the
if we
grand
really
scheme.
want to say what are the real problems here, it's the writing, the dialogue, the directing.
Yeah, because everything else is honestly pretty good. Like you have the music, you have the visuals.
A lot of the camera work's kind of basic though.
I mean, there's
Compared.
nothing. You're not gonna. You know, this isn't like
Because a lot of it
Martin
was shot on green
Scorsese
screen,
or
so they were
Steven Kubrick, like
no. But even compared to the original
Stanley Kubrick.
trilogy, there's
Stephen
not-
Kubrick.
you know,
Stanley's
Stanley's
lesser
brother,
known brother.
Steven. I feel like there was more kinetic action and more like camera whips and pans in the original. Like when Han's running through the hallways of the Millennium Falcon. Like, you
Or
know,
like,
there's
or like
more
running through the Death
movement.
Star hallways.
Well,
Well,
but
but you get the whips there.
And this, it's all just like people walking on a green screen, and we slowly. Pan.
Well, but
People
that's the
walking on a
that's
green
the
screen, and slowly
difference
pan.
because you have practical effects back then to where you could do whatever you wanted because you could move the camera.
Right.
Well, and also, it was a physical set. It's like run down this
Yeah.
hallway. Like run down it like you mean it. Okay.
Where they can't
Right.
really do that because they're on a green screen, which is the problem.
Right.
Yeah, there's
and
like,
that makes it suck.
Yeah. No.
I agree. No. Ryan, he makes a compelling.
No.
point.
I don't disagree that, but I don't think that makes the movie suck.
Even the scenes where they're on practical sets, like this one and others. Well, not there, green screen, but like there's so many shots where they could have added more kinetic movement or action or
Yeah.
something to it, and they didn't. It was just the most. All right, tripod, sit it still.
Yep.
And they walk through and
Yeah.
move over here, and we, like it's very
Yeah.
like just basic, just functional.
Yep.
Which is wild because for most of this just kind of being middle ground functional shots, then we just randomly let's get C-3PO's perspective of Anakin shots. Like,
Right.
why did we devote time to that and not
Yeah.
other shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Anakin's still clueless on what.
Also,
is
good
happening
lord,
anyway.
I love how they put Anakin as the stand-in for like the 10-year-olds who are expected to attend this movie who just don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
The faces he's making are the faces of the kids in the audience. She's like, what is happening? Do you think they had him when they were shooting him for the scene just lean back and forth, or do you think did they animate that later? They may have just been like,
They just took the
They may have
layer
just
in
been like-
After Effects
They
and
may have
just
just like, hey Ian, can you sway a little
Ian,
for
can you
me?
just do like one of these moves, like left and right?
this is a cool shot.
Then they give
Oh, yeah,
they
this
hand that him swaying to the animators like, so can you like just draw a droid under this? It's like, oh my god,
Oh my
Lucas.
God, yeah.
It's
Did it backwards.
that's very like samurai,
Oh yeah.
you know, like
With
coming through the mist.
Come through the mist with the backing.
Yeah. But they got
didgeridoos.
yeah.
Break out the didgeridoos and the oliphants.
It's the Australians. A third faction is in the fight.
Jeez, the Aussies are here for us, and they brought
got-
the emus.
They got Vegemite everywhere.
Their weapons are just throwing spiders.
Just koala bears going rabid on everybody.
Also, I love how it's like we brought our army to fight you, but we're gonna fight under our own shield. So
Well, I love how this whole battle is literally just like a Napoleonic conflict where
There's
they
that
just
Windows background.
they line
yes. Oh Lord, it really is.
they just line
Lucas,
up.
why?
It's the XP background. Everybody. Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
No, I just love how basically they all just line up in front of each other like Civil War, and they're like, "Let's go, baby!" Just straight fight.
Let's meet in the field. Which one? The field.
Yeah, you know it.
Just the field where everyone does battle. Come on, everyone knows the field.
Also, where's the population?
They're all dead. I don't
Okay.
know.
Or in camps. They did say that there's been
Yeah,
a lot
they- yeah,
of
there's-
Okay.
Why did you bring him with you?
Yeah, again,
There's a
why is
perfectly
he
good
here?
ship he could be on.
Because he wants him to watch.
Or
Lesson one is
learning
my
on the
Padawan.
job.
Things get hairy often. Okay, kid.
Gotta learn by doing.
Look, if I take out the dice, you just walk away.
Anakin, you ever had cigarettes before? Qui-Gon becomes the most like terrible.
Obi-Wan's just like, not again.
Pasta. I smoke them unfiltered, kid. Let me show you how to roll.
Also,
them.
that practical
This is
effect
too
of the
close.
speeder just bouncing was
Oh, yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I always laugh at that.
First step, find all the fighters that are fully functional and ready to go at all times.
Well, I mean, I guess
He just keeps Annie, find better cover.
Better cover. He goes, runs, hides behind the fuel tanks. Anakin.
there's the Wilhelm.
Yep.
That's the first one.
I think that might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the first one.
Man, I love the N1s. They're so cool.
Oh, the N1 is such a good design.
I had the Lego ship for that too.
I same.
There,
Oh,
there
two
it is.
Wilhelms.
Yeah.
Well, I found cover. It's a ship
It's
of the deceased pilot.
Oh, that poor
They
guy.
didn't show him digging the body out of the cockpit and throwing it out.
There's some other dude who tries to get into it. He's like, no, I'm perfectly fine. He like shoves it back into a blaster bolt.
I do like the World War II style of like basically infiltrating the airbase and getting in your Spitfires
Oh,
to
yeah.
get out.
Also, like, what if instead of sending these ships to space immediately, you just went and strafed the absolute living daylights out of this
Yeah.
army real
So
quick?
that's the other thing too, is because there's no air cover for both sides for this.
Yeah.
It's just like you're in the
It
Revolutionary
feels,
War.
is,
very
yeah.
much so pre-World War I.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Jar Jar.
Hold. They're like, well, listen, you war criminal. Why is he not in handcuffs?
Now, I will say the Legos of these would have loved to have owned one of those.
Yeah.
Boy, they were
Cool
expensive.
little
So
thing.
a couple of years ago, they came out with a Hasbro one, like of these carriers or whatever.
Yeah.
That
So-
came with like a bunch of different battle droids and
In
stuff.
this fiction, are these droids waking up for the first time ever, or are they just like they've been like asleep on the thing?
That's a great question
It's
that I
just
don't have an
transport.
answer for.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love
Just-
the idea
they're
that it's the very first
activate
time
the
they've been
droids.
activated.
Just turn them on. Hope
What are we
there's not-
doing?
Hope there's not any bugs. Like, recognize core programming.
Yeah.
oh yeah, this music. I remember that shot where like all the heads are
Oh,
going up.
yeah.
Like they were so proud of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Scott.
a good shot. Like, ultimately,
Yeah.
it's sad that the battle droids ultimately just look like idiots.
Yeah. I love this where they're just like they have the lasers and they just reflects back into them.
Yeah.
Some of that CG looks kind of like reboot.
Yeah.
The
There's some
blue.
pretty rough CGI in this one, sadly.
And like in this battle would be really cool if Jar Jar just wasn't in it.
Basically. Well, also, if they didn't just walk up to him point blank range shooting.
Yeah.
Do something else, guys.
Stay in the cockpit.
Stay in that cockpit.
He winks at him. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, here we
yeah.
go.
Are you one of the volunteers?
So are you like here to help or?
Oh man, the like
Again,
remember
huge redeeming factor for this movie
the
right here.
theater just losing their mind
Oh,
sure.
when the second saber comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
That was such a big reveal.
The worst part is they showed it in the trailer, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I missed that.
One of them. I don't know if like the first
Yeah.
one. I feel like that was like a thing they should
I
have
will say,
saved.
it's too bad. He's like, we gotta do something, R2, and just the N1 turns around, just plasma torps the crap out of them all.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's just so cool.
This, dual
And this is a
Fates
really
cranking.
well choreographed fight too.
Well, it feels like a real fight.
Yeah,
They kind of jumped the shark with lightsaber fights later on.
a little bit. I mean, and there are still definitely times, even in this fight, where like Obi-Wan is kind of behind Maul and he's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
But, like there's only so much.
Get him, Annie.
Wait, now you got to give that same pass to the Last Jedi fight now, though.
No, because
You don't
they
get to do both.
No, they removed the dagger.
They digitally remove a dagger that would have just killed Rey.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we did it all in one take. Look at the choreography. It's like, but you messed
They
up.
would have digitally removed it here, but they didn't have that technology yet, Andrew.
Well, so this is what I never
Also,
understood
this
this.
helmet fits this kid. That's
way
awesome.
too well. That was a very small pilot.
This kid's got a giant melon on his head. That was
Also
really
that
cool.
move
I
too.
love that
Oh,
move.
yeah.
It's so good.
Open the door like that.
Yeah, get out of here, Obi-Wan.
Just kick the crap out of Obi-Wan.
You got the power core that's in the hangar bay. Like, why not?
I know. Like, where should we put this?
Right
by
next
the
to where,
hangar.
right next to where we refuel the ships. Nothing could go wrong.
Yeah, music is so good. Yeah, there it
that
is.
zoom in, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you
It's a
stop?
feint. You got
It's
the
a feint.
Yeah.
Again, sound design just absolutely killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. If there's anything to not complain about in Star Wars, it's music and sound design.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just as a general rule.
What do you,
You
want me
said
to
we
do,
take
Queen?
the long way, woman. It's literally the
Like,
long
what do you
way.
want me to do?
Yeah,
That's rough.
yeah, that was rough. But so, why is this autopilot? How is that kind of like programmed? Did they program it as they were flying up so other
Right,
people could
yeah.
just fly? I don't understand why that has autopilot. Oh God, just
Ugh.
more of this.
This is so bad.
Well, and the thing, you have great music to this,
Right.
Yeah.
and this is kind of like the True Lies problem, where it the machine gun drops down the stairs and then it just starts killing a bunch of people.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just
fly through it, nerd.
see you later, Bravo 2 or whatever you
Wherever
were.
you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Anakin.
Thank you, Anakin. We needed
Yeah,
to be told
kid.
that.
Yeah, why is the autopilot still just flying you around?
Also, so the autopilot's just strafing around this ship, like.
No matter where this cockpit goes, this is where I go.
If I know Qui-Gon, he plays by the rules.
That's a good trick.
Oh gosh.
Whoa. Yeah. And it's one of those things, this could have been a really good fight
Yeah.
if you just
But-
didn't have his over,
Yeah.
Panaka just doing the work.
Like, just jump out. What story are we on? Who can tell anymore? Just go.
Just go.
Well, they know. I mean, they know what.
And they live here.
Yeah.
One would hope.
Although I will say, when they show that
love this.
window, they're real high up.
Everyone's
Everyone
got
pull out
grappling
your
guns.
grappling
Bring your
hook.
grappling hook that we all remember to bring.
The volunteer, it's like the slowest pull up. Their ankles are just blown apart by laser fire.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a grappling hook attachment on their blaster that comes standard.
It does.
All volunteers.
Well,
get
I mean,
one.
when you're on a palace that's this high up on the cliff, you need to have abilities.
Sometimes you got to skip the stairs.
Yeah.
You got to grapple.
Speaking
the
of
way
being
up.
high up, what if we make this power core
And
just...
this feels so unnecessarily dangerous. Like
That's like the third time
I know.
Obi-Wan's been kicked.
I know
Also,
Obi. Like watch
I
the
also
kick.
love how the Star Wars universe is just like handrails. What are those?
I know.
Look, man, it's called natural selection.
There's
If you
so many
fall, we
OSHA
get rid of you.
violations in this power
Like
core.
they should have one of those signs like X number of days since the last accident, and it's just always on 0 because someone's every day just like falling off of this.
Just constant Wilhelms.
I think I might retire next week.
I want to know who designed these power doors that just close in random intervals.
Yeah.
Like who did
So you
this?
want these installed where right here? Now you want these all open or on an interval system? It doesn't matter. It's whatever you normally do with the install. Interval it is.
But like, what purpose does this serve?
Yeah.
What is it? Does it block? Like,
It is
what does
extremely
do?
cool.
Oh,
It
it's-
is.
I just
Oh,
wish
no.
there was like a tiny bit of like that's why, or they could have set it up earlier with like,
Mhm.
let's go through here. Now wait, we got to wait for these to close. They do this
Yeah.
because X, Y, Z. And then-
Also, I love this contrast where
Oh, it's great.
he kneels down and is just like patient, etc. While
Yeah.
Maul just paces.
again, Qui-Gon's hammered right here.
He's
He's sitting down. He's like, I'm about to
I am-
yarts. I've got to like take a minute. He
I'm
closes his eyes
way,
because everything's
way
spinning.
too high for this.
He's like, I can't focus on this guy. He looks back at Obi-Wan. Is this guy real or am I tripping?
Well, no,
There's a dude we're fighting, right?
Looks back at Obi-Wan like, how many sabers do you see? Because I see at least 4.
And again, just more Jar Jar shenanigans. That
The
just
Jar Jar
shouldn't be
shenanigans are
here.
so bad.
Well, what happened is it turned this whole battle into comic relief.
It did.
you know,
Where there's no like
there was like
tension
a
anymore.
noise right there. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Like,
Also, I like how, are they bombs
They
when
sound
they
like
touch him?
dodgeballs.
No, but are they bombs elsewhere? Absolutely.
Yeah. One of them just melted right there.
Yeah.
This guy's like, why are you on the battlefield? Take him this one.
and that's just
What-
like the comedy of
You
error.
throw it, dude. You're
Yeah.
better at this.
Yeah, you're so much better at this than he is.
Well, and so that says that the droid was driving it, but they're all droids and they're all controlling the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't question that one. So Wi-Fi didn't exist yet. Lucas didn't understand the concept of integrated networks.
Yeah.
That was not a thing. Oh,
Why
blast.
aren't these things just firing immediately?
Because they were
weren't
earlier.
capture.
Again, the droids move at the speed of the plot.
Got it.
They're still cool.
Also,
though.
they haven't turned their shields on. You could just gun them down.
It looks like a pretty easy.
Pretty mild
Light
blow,
hit, yeah.
yeah. Time for Anakin to murder a lot of
Like,
things.
Yeah, between these Anakin scenes and the Jar Jar scenes being butted back to back,
Yeah,
It's
it's
just-
tough.
It is,
This whole-
it's pretty rough.
it makes this because it's like they cut away from the Darth Maul fight for this. You know what I mean? Like,
For this.
well, that's what there's those YouTube cuts where it's like it's just the fight. You know,
Yeah.
it's like so much
I
better.
feel like I forgot all these cuts back and forth away from this fight
Yeah.
Right.
because I'm pretty sure I've just seen those cuts.
right.
And I like how, they know. Like they can
Yep.
feel it in the Force.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan, you're so slow here.
use the super
Use
speed
super
from earlier.
speed.
You're just there.
And of course, he gets caught by the last one.
Of course.
This is a great scene, though. Just
Oh,
Also
yeah.
with the music falling off here.
yeah. Well, because you get the big hit whenever he gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that Jedi's dead. Never mind the fact that stabbing
need
in the
to look
stomach
back.
is like never fatal in this universe.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, that music hit though.
Yeah. And then again, Maul right back to that pacing. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's the bad guy you need.
Yep.
I know.
We don't need
Well, and that's the
Grievous.
thing. If
and-
you keep it going through the multiple films and you have something to like really grab onto with this one, because this one's such a encapsulated film.
Yeah. Well, and then when you get to the third one, you can have the fact that like Palpatine betrays Maul
Yeah.
Yep.
to replace him with Darth Vader as his
Yeah.
new, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that gives you like the arc of all
Yep.
those characters, you know,
In the Senate.
in the Senate.
In the Senate.
I do like this. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that little.
If they're playing it back
Yep.
and forth here, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are good moments in this film.
Yeah, no, it's the execution. It's not the ideas necessarily. And it is a bit like heavy with like the political intrigue. It feels like George Lucas really wanted to tell a story about politics and
Mhm.
trade negotiations. And it's like Do that somewhere else.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a Star Wars story.
Then they were
around
like,
it, you know?
but we also want to sell this to kids.
Right, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here it is.
It's angry Obi-Wan here.
That's such a great block.
Oh,
Obi-Wan back in the
yes.
front. Like this right here, Obi-Wan.
The little flourish.
Oh, yeah. That jump. Bam, 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 bam.
And then he boops. Yep, there it is.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, now look who gets kicked now, son.
Yeah.
I love that it gets him back on.
Aw.
But then he recovers immediately. That's so cool. Like, man.
The
Just
only,
having,
only thing these duels really lack is they don't have enough of the use of the environment.
Yeah.
Like him opening the door earlier.
Right, yeah. They could have added some more of that in.
Like if we had a little more of that, they would have been oof. Why he's down there? Why flick it down towards him? He could have just grabbed it.
Well, that's the arrogance of the Sith.
Fair enough.
Oh, here's the line. Not this one.
Not that
Soon.
one. Where's the line?
I love how there's just like the shield generator in the hangar bay.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Again,
where
the
should we
power
install
core was in the
this?
hangar bay. All the vital things are in the hangar bay.
Yeah. Except this, the dude that's already in your shield.
So what's the line,
Except
Andrew?
some dust ball of a kid who doesn't know what he's doing.
Still in his
Wait for
rags.
That's not normal, right?
I didn't do it.
It's pod
God
racing.
dang it.
Woo!
Sebulba should show up in one of the enemy crafts. beside him. No one's like, a kid?
Wow, that kid just murdered a lot of
Oh,
people.
they're like, great job, Bravo 4.
Oh, yeah. You hear all the screams of the people at the radio. Ah! What's that noise? Don't worry about it, kid. You learn to live with it. Live
I like
with
how
what?
whenever they lose power, they lose
fall apart, yeah.
they lose their joint.
Yeah.
These are very fragile
Yeah.
combat droids.
I mean, we've already seen this.
knows it's there.
Like maybe I'll jump down.
And feel
there.
it with the force.
That force. That
He's very
force
lucky
thing.
that those little little outcropping was there.
Little stanchions
Yeah.
are very strong.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like Darth Maul could have leaned over the edge and probably reached him a little bit if he was like,
He also watches that for a long time.
yeah.
I know. Whoa! I didn't know he could jump that high.
I love that he just falls down a hole in two parts. So anyways, Darth Maul is a really cool bad guy. We should bring him back in like 5 years, for the Clone Wars.
It's so
What?
sad that they killed him.
Yeah.
It really is.
Delete my browser history. Quick. I've got unmarked bills in a suitcase.
This is how we erase all gambling debts. It's the perfect crime they'll never know. Oh,
I forgot this. He doesn't disappear, does he? No.
but he does come back as a Force Ghost later.
Well, yeah, I
because-
mean,
not reasons.
yeah. We watched Obi-Wan all together. We saw it.
We sure did. We sure did. I was listening to Pandora earlier today. I was like, man, this music's banging. I pulled, I was like, oh, it's Obi-Wan soundtrack. Well, that's something good for it, I guess.
Yeah, the music was pretty good.
The music was good.
Are you the real one or the decoy? I can't keep
still
it
don't know who
straight.
you are.
Well, I like how they literally just invaded a planet and like enslaved a culture, and then
And like
you see
killed a bunch
them-
of them.
Yeah, and you see them in like the next film, and they're just hanging out. Like, did you
Yeah.
guys not go to jail or get executed or
We
anything?
had 3 weeks of community service. It was terrible.
Rated.
Gosh, the memes, they're so good.
I do like these like Centurion guards that are with him.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a callback to the Imperial Royal Guards
Coming
because they have
soon.
the same kind of helmet.
Do you want your guards to be able to turn their necks? Absolutely not.
I want them to be completely useless in combat.
Yeah.
I mean,
You want to be able to hear coming up behind you? Nope. I don't want no audio coming from
if
behind.
something got behind them, they done messed up anyways. Qui-Gon's dead.
Qui-Gon believed in QAnon. He was the fringe.
Oh.
Can't take what that guy says seriously.
Oh, well, if you gave me your word, that's just, I mean, can't go against that.
Well, I mean,
I
because
watched Qui-Gon snort muscle relaxers in a bathroom one time, Obi-Wan. This guy's not...
I like how we've just turned Qui-Gon into just this unhinged dirtbag.
Just unhinged hobo Uncle Jedi.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while here, Yoda. You hard of hearing? You getting old?
Oh, oh yeah, they do have, because this is the burning of the funeral pyre for Qui-Gon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is like one of my favorite themes that John Williams did for all the prequels.
Force Ghost appears. Remember the browser history.
The loaded dice are in the left drawer.
I like how creepily he's talking to him.
He's also like very, very Sith looking right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, what was your name again?
Who the heck are you?
I mean, just imagine like watching this like human body just burn in front of you. Like
He's
with
the closest thing to a father figure I've ever had.
The smell.
Yeah, just the smell and like the flesh just like falling.
There should at least be one person going like, huh. Just in the back, just like.
Great little side shot here of like, I wonder.
Yeah.
Are you getting vibes off that guy too? Yeah, me neither.
I do like this song.
I don't love the extreme amounts of CGI this shot
I mean,
takes, but
yeah.
you know,
That's just,
it's just the prequels. You just accept it.
yeah.
But no, it is a good song.
Yeah. Then, you know, they're handing him
Glowing
this
globe.
glowing orb
We bestow upon you Naboo's highest honor,
Man,
the
he got,
glowing orb of.
and he got cleaned up pretty quick.
Well, you're not. Hey, no more rags.
No
right?
more
You're a
peasant
Jedi.
rags for you.
She's like, but Qui-Gon, let me wear the. Yeah, it's Qui-Gon.
As soon as the Obi-Wan took over, he's like, we need to get you some clothes. Have you eaten anything since you've been with us?
What
You
about
haven't?
a bath? Have you had a bath? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoda was looking mean at these guys.
Jar Jar just goose stepping up the stairs.
Gosh.
Like, what the heck?
Obi-Wan's like, how do you feel about a rat tail, Anakin?
And you know, I know George Lucas likes to like make like basically similarities.
We
Yeah.
got this in the
between the
Spencers.
films.
You know those balls that you touch?
Yeah. Well, because no, he's got the there's the medal ceremony at
Oh
the beginning
yeah,
of New Hope.
Anakin's
yeah.
all about this.
Padme's like, oh
she's like,
yeah,
hey girl, I got cleaned up. You like this rat tail?
buckle up,
He just
kid.
takes it, starts whipping it behind his head.
Oh, it sure was
Oh,
written and directed
man.
by George Lucas.
Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh, can't believe they gave him a blank check.
All right, so that was our commentary for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Okay.
we're very scared as Holly's walking towards that choir.
I hope you enjoyed this commentary. If you want more, you can go to our Patreon.
Yes.
And for just $1, you can get access to all of our bonus content, which includes more commentaries. We have one for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. up
and
right
we
now.
got a couple movies out there that we need to force Andrew to watch, like Starship Troopers,
Hackers.
and a deep cut on Hackers. That should be some high
We should
quality
definitely do some
entertainment.
commentaries for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, we really would appreciate it if you supported the show, and if not, share us over social media.
Yeah.
Give us likes, reviews, all the fun stuff. And until next time, I'm Andrew,
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steven.
and every comment was intended.
Good job. Well done. know we can just redo that outro and put it back in. Or do we just leave it?
No, just leave it. Why not?
I was like, he's saying it. That's right. And then commentary. That does it.